to the Friend Zone.
Every time I'm in the zone.
My name is Dustin.
I'm Francesca, also known as Hey Friend Hey.
My name is Asante.
This is the Friend Zone. Let's start the show.
I'm in the zone.
I don't know what she thought she was doing or what she thought she was gonna do, but she ain't do it.
I don't know what she thought she was doing or what she thought she was gonna do, but she ain't do it. And that's word to Drew Sidora. That comes from this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it's the perfect reflection for the clip that I'm gonna play. Now, I don't know if you all are aware of this, but there was a video recently of a TikToker. I'm going to tell you her name right now, as a matter of fact. Her name is Shay, Shayy, and her TikTok account is at Tay Williams 118, TayWilliams 118. Okay. Mm-hmm. And she posted a video recently of a Karen encounter that she had in a park where she was apparently in her vehicle and a older white woman approached her, asking her about some trash that was on the ground next to her car. And she was asking her, did you put that trash there? And so the girl Shay, who happens to be in a bonnet, I'm going to show you guys a screenshot for our Patreon followers.
Oh, shit.
This is Shay, okay? And you see the TikTok account says she learned that day she going to never say that to nobody else. That's what it says. And you can see Shay's face. She's in her car chilling with a bonnet on. Now, there's a confrontation that follows where, again, Shay's being accosted by this older white woman and being asked if she placed some trash on the ground that's near her vehicle. But there's a point in the dialogue where the white woman says something to Shay that triggers Shay and sets her off with a fiery response. But I want you to pay attention to the change in tone and inflection and diction that the white woman used when she was talking to Shay, because that's what I was referring to when Drew Sidora said that I don't know what she's doing or what she thought she was doing, but she ain't do it. And then we're going to discuss it. Now, here's the confrontation between Shay and Karen.
Here we go.
Okay. The question is not for me.
No, the question is why. No, the question is why you at my door asking me that I put this trash on the ground.
I'm just wondering.
Are you gonna pick it up?
I didn't dump it there.
Okay, so why you?
I ain't your slave.
Who the fuck is you talking to?
I ain't your slave.
I ain't your slave either, bitch. So get the fuck out of my face. I ain't your motherfucking slave either, bitch. So get the fuck out. Get off my car. Get off my shit. I don't give a fuck what the fuck you was saying.
What?
So who the fuck you talking to? Who the fuck are you talking to?
She gonna say, listen.
Listen, now you gotta get the police because I bitch, who you talking to? Talking about you ain't my slave. Who the fuck are you talking to? Who the fuck are you talking to? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Get the fuck away from my car. I ain't your slave. You gotta get the fuck away from me. You gotta get
Send that to me right now. I need it right now.
What the fuck?
Now, why would she?
When I tell you that's the last thing I expected to come out of her mouth.
Why in the hell?
I ain't your slave.
It's not angry.
Because it's a couple motherfucking things. Let's break it down. Number one, if I'm already chilling in my car and Shay has a bonnet on, she ain't got no makeup on, she's literally in her car relaxing, probably smoking.
Not bothering nobody.
That woman comes up to her, harassing her, and I sent it to the group message just now. She comes up to her, harassing her, and then in the middle of the conversation, once Shay suggests, look, you're harassing me about this trash. You pick it up. Why don't you pick it up? You know,
right.
The white woman changes her total tone, dialect, everything. I ain't your slave.
Everything.
Now you got a Karen situation.
I'm sorry,
the woman
but I
changed her tone.
I would have too.
I'm
were you trying to say it before I said it?
I would have laughed later, and I'm gonna tell you why.
You're right.
It would have been hilarious to me later, like it is right now. But in the moment, I feel like my reaction would have been just like Shay's, because you got this older white woman attacking you, and then it seems like she's been waiting on an opportunity to say that to somebody or use that or use her black talk in an argument. And so that's what it felt like. So her doing it, but her using the word slave in a Karen moment and changing her voice to talk like a black person would have made me cuss her the fuck out. Just like I did her. And then really when I'm telling the story to somebody else, I would have been dying laughing like her on like, this motherfucker really gonna say, I ain't your slave. Let's listen to it one more time. Let's listen to it one more time.
It came out of nowhere.
I ain't your slave.
The question is not for me.
No, the question is why. No, the question is why you at my door asking me that I put this trash on the ground.
I'm just wondering.
Are you gonna pick it up?
I didn't dump it there.
Okay, so why you?
I ain't your slave.
I just can't take it.
I ain't your slave either, bitch.
She said it again.
I ain't your motherfucking slave either, bitch. So
Now, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Why did she say it again? I know the girl Shay must have been like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh, my word. My word.
Oh, I ain't your slave. Now, here's the thing.
Oh, where the fuck
we got a new one, y'all. I don't know, but just like they take every motherfucking thing we say and do, we taking that. We finna culturally appropriate. I ain't your slave. I can't wait for somebody to ask me to do that. That's the new, get somebody else to do it. That's the new one right there. I cannot wait to look at somebody and make my voice sound like that. I ain't your slave. I sent that shit to Damon and he's gonna start laughing. When he was watching it, he gonna start laughing. It just started, I ain't your slave. He started saying
it really did sound like she didn't practice that though. It's killing me inside.
This is a question for the white audience. A question for our white audience. Why do some white people do that when they get into an argument and also when they're having a lot of fun with black people? Sometimes they'll change the way they speak and do things like that. I like this song. I ain't your slave. They start speaking like that. And like, I know that, they start doing. Why do some white people do that? Because that right there will really get you popped. As you can see, telling somebody accosting that black girl like that about trash on the ground. Wow. Don't be asking me shit in the first place. But then when I put it back, boomerang it on your old ass, your response is to change your tone, your dialogue, to change your whole diction and go, I ain't your slave. That's what she said.
But also the audacity to respond that way when you're harassing her about
you fucking with her.
What the fuck is going on?
That's why she said, I ain't your slave either, bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Was she trying to say it before she said it? Like, did she try to say it first? I was like, why did she say that?
And when you watch the video, she does her face like this. I ain't your slave. When she said, y'all are going to be dying. Just wait until you watch it.
She neck rolled.
This is something that I feel like our audience deserve to have. Like, we need this laugh. And everybody, the next time somebody got you fucked up, making a request that's unreasonable, okay, and asking you to do some shit you just don't feel like doing, you hit them with that. I ain't your slave. That's what you tell them.
What the fuck?
And with that being said, okay, welcome to the Friend Zone, your weekly look at all things mental health, mental wellness, and mental. I ain't your slave. Because who in the hell want to be somebody's slave? I ain't your slave. I ain't your slave. I would have, when I tell you pee my pants later, I'd have cussed her ass out like Shay did. And then died laughing once I reflected on it.
Oh my goodness.
Hey friend, hey Sante, how you doing? I know y'all ain't no slave.
We're good. Mm-hmm. Do you guys have any announcements or anything you'd like to share with the class before we jump in? I do.
Shout out to Monday Night Live, the talk show I co-host with Carlos King, Claudia Jordan, and Blue Talusma.
Hey.
I'm very excited. We have a live show here in New York on September 20th at City Winery. Sold out, delivered the mail. You know what I'm saying?
Quick, too.
It's going to be a special night. So stay tuned to Carlos King's YouTube channel, my Instagram, which is Look at Dustin, Claudia Jordan's Instagram, and Blue Centric's Instagram for any updates. There's going to be new news coming too, because we can't just leave New York hanging like that. So stay tuned for more announcements. But we're really excited. And I just wanted to thank everybody because I get a lot of love over there from our Friend Zone audience, and I really appreciate it. So I just wanted to thank everybody that came from here and went over there. I love y'all. Thank you for supporting that.
I did see some comments too, because since we were reminiscing last week about our 11 years, some people said that they're newer listeners because they came from Monday Night Live. So they were excited. Yeah, they were excited to be able to have both shows to listen to.
Love y'all, man.
We're happy to see y'all here. Welcome, welcome.
We ain't your slave. Yes.
I keep hearing it in my head, Dustin. That's the only reason I'm so quiet right now.
Asante, anything you'd like to share? I know we have our live.
Yes, absolutely. For the Friend Zone listeners over on Patreon, and if you need to get over to the Patreon, that's at patreon.com/the Friend Zone podcast, which I'll continuously say. But over on Patreon, because it's the last Wednesday of the month, we will be going live. It is our Wednesday wind down. Yeah, so if you are listening to this episode the day that it is released, today, Wednesday, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find us over at patreon.com/friendzone podcast. And if you are listening to this after Wednesday, don't forget, or you can find out now, if you missed the live, you'll get to see us afterwards. But if you're listening to this on Wednesday, just come on and see us tonight. Just come on down. LaChat, we already know you're in there. So we love you. If you're listening to this after, LaChat, thank you. We're going to thank you next week. But LaChat, tonight, we're going to have fun. Can't wait to see you and talk to you. Love you all. Again, patreon.com/friendzone podcast. Outside of us going live, we also have The Binge, where we are currently watching season 2 of Cross on Prime.
It's so good.
We are wrapping up our reading of Dustin's selection, and very soon we will be moving on to Fran's selection. I am excited for how Dustin's selection ends, and I am excited for how Fran's selection is beginning. So very exciting things happening over at the gated community. Again, once again, for the last time right now, patreon.com/friendzone podcast. See you there.
That's right.
And also, I just want to remind you guys that we are on YouTube now. Finally, long time coming. You can actually watch the intro segment of our video. We're kind of doing a sneak peek on YouTube. So you'll see the intro segment, and then the rest of the episode obviously will be audio because that's for Patreon to enjoy. But we wanted to kind of give you guys, the gist of what happens over here. So if you haven't gone yet, definitely go to youtube.com/friendzonepod and check us out. It's fun over there. We're loving the comments, the engagement, and we're happy to be able to hang with you guys on yet another platform. So let's jump into the Black business of the week. So thank you to Joseph, they, them. We love Joseph.
We love Joseph.
Right? We
Much
love Joseph.
For sure.
So Joseph actually tagged us to a Black business that they felt we should highlight. I'm always appreciative when y'all do that because it helps us kind of get out there in the field. They mentioned a company called Encrust We Trust.
Okay.
And apparently it's a new pizzeria that will be the first solo venture of Anya Wilson. And I realized Anya Wilson when I looked her up. Her mother is named Felicia Wilson, and she owns several restaurants throughout Philadelphia.
Okay.
She owns a spot called Amina in Northern Liberties. She owns Black Hen in Old City and several other restaurants throughout Philly as part of what she calls the Amina Hospitality Collection. But this is the daughter's first solo venture, which I think is so cool. I'm like, wow, shout out to y'all. So Anya Wilson, congratulations.
Absolutely.
She says, my concept is basically going into Philadelphia roots and history, from the Great Migration to the formation of boroughs in North and South Philly, the Harlem Renaissance, South Street's music scene, etc. She plans to have walls decorated with timelines that help spotlight Black communities in Philadelphia, as well as serves as an archive of the history of the city. I love that a lot.
Love
especially
that.
for kids coming in, right?
Yes, keep your hands off the walls.
She plans to do a lot of community give backs as well, donating a lot of pizzas to local charities and foundations, to the Philadelphia School District, and as well to the sports teams for locals, right? She plans to have curated nights. I love this. Very community-centered pizza shop. She plans to have curated nights for artists, DJs, hoping to bring the community out and just kind of provide, we complain about people not having third spaces nowadays. So I love that that's her intention. So some menu items, because I had to look them up. She has.
Yeah, what we gonna eat?
Okay, she has an oxtail pizza, so that's
wow.
pulling up.
I'm there. I'm already
We
there.
got our
Let's
foot on
go
cuts
right
and
now.
slices neck.
Okay, because you know I love cuts and slices, but this is where hers is different. Listen to this. It's a cornbread crust.
Oh, say less. I'm getting on the train.
We have to go right now.
I said, wait, what? I need this.
Leaving on at midnight train. Pizza. I'm getting on that train.
It's a pimento cheese blend topped with shredded oxtail, collards, sweet peppers, and a southern peach barbecue sauce.
Man.
What? Girl. She also has the Cecil B. Moore veggie, which is a white pizza with a garlic crust.
Okay.
And then she has what she calls a freedom crust, which is a classic margarita topped with mozzarella and finished with basil. So I love that they also have historical references, even in the slices that you can choose. Like I said, it's called In Crust We Trust. It's a new pizzeria in Fishtown. That's at 965 Frankfurt Avenue. It's open from, please support, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday.
Good hours.
And 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Friday and Saturday, 12 p.m. to midnight on Sunday. So check them out. Send them some love. Stop through if you're in the area. And let them know Friend Zone sent you. That's it for the Black Business of the Week.
Can I ask a crazy question?
Please.
If you had a restaurant, or if your friend had a restaurant and wanted to name a dish after you, do you already know what type of dish you would want named after you?
Yes.
Ooh, good question.
You ain't got to answer now. Just something.
I want a dessert.
I have to think about that.
I want to be a dessert.
Ooh.
That would make sense. Something savory.
With ice cream. Some chocolate with ice cream on the top. To finish you off.
I have to think about that.
Dustin finished it.
And that's what we can call my dessert, the finisher.
Oh.
Creative genius. Creative genius.
I know all your past folks are like.
I even got to dance.
Ooh, I love when they bring the finisher. I get your phone out.
Let's jump into
yeah, there you go.
the recap segment. Last week's episode title. Well, come on then. Thank you, Dustin Ross, for that one. Kind of ties into this finisher thing. But anyways, it was a shoot the shit episode. No hot button, no segments, whatever.
I heard you, friend.
Whatever wanted to come up. Brace yourself. Who stood out to you, Asante?
It's funny that you said brace yourself. The first comment comes from in the Spotify streets. Shout out to you all. This comment comes from It's Miss Break to you, which is so funny and so random that that's her name, but Miss Break, I got it. Her comment reads, I'm in the community of Instagram users that were blocked by Amanda Seales in 2020. Until that point, I was a fan and had no idea why she did me like that. It wasn't until I heard she was blocking people for liking shady comments under posts. I never commented on her stuff, but I did recall liking a comment about something she said that I didn't agree with. Next thing you know, blocked. I didn't think I'm missing anything, but damn, girl. Anyway, I love y'all down. Happy anniversary, friends.
Love you.
The second comment I wanted to read, because there were a few of y'all that... That's why she said the community, because there were a few people that commented that they were blocked by Amanda Seales. So that was a running thing.
What y'all do there?
What did Dr. Heavenly say? Blocked. Remember when she did that on Instagram? Dr. Heavenly was like, blocked on Instagram.
The next comment I want to read comes from Joseph. Since we spoke about Joseph earlier, I had already had Joseph pinned. Joseph's comment reads, happy 11th birthday.
No, Joseph.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you, Joseph. You've been rocking with us for a minute. This podcast is a whole ass middle schooler. I've been down for the last 6. Shout out to Discord. The Music Man segment has put me on to such great music, and thank you all for introducing me to The Budgetnista, Exor BB, Getting Grown, and Jade XD. Fran, I need the Woo to come back, and I am blocked by R&B singer Tweet on IG because she made...
Not Tweet.
Well, because she made... What Joseph had a good reason. Because she made trans...
Out my... Paige, who could this be?
That made my stomach hurt. Who could this be?
Looking at her phone because you don't tweet older. Ooh, who could this be? I tried and I tried. Bye.
Oh God, I already see what kind of episode.
Sitting in my living room, blocking followers and dying. Okay,
right.
The reason that tweet, sorry, I had 3 different songs going after that. It was just, I could not stop. The reason that tweet blocked Joseph on IG was because she made transphobic comments about Wendy Williams during Wendy's beef with the Clark sisters in 2018, and I called her out on it.
Oh shit, tweet.
Dang.
So shout out to Joseph for standing on business. I got just a couple more comments I want to share from this week. That week's episode. Jazzy's comment reads: "Newer listener here, found y'all from following Dustin on Twitter, and I had to go back." And I had to go back and listen to the Natalia Grace episode because it's referenced so much. Shoot the Shit episodes are my absolute favorites because the combos are all over the place. Love me some y'all. Here's to 11 more. Jazzy, welcome to the fold. Thank you for going back and listening and getting in with us, and hope you enjoy the ride along the way as you continue on with us.
Jazzy hoes, the type to make a nigga spend all his doughs. You remember that Jermaine Dupri song, Jazzy hoes? That was the shit.
Jazzy.
Shout out to you, Jazzy.
Last comment I want to read comes from Karen in Spotify streets. Karen's comment reads: "Been listening since summer 2016, right after graduating college, right? And it has been so cool to grow with y'all. You've helped me heal from breakups, form a stronger understanding of myself.
Same.
Into me, I see." They put in quotes. I love that Karen. She did that.
Into me, I see.
Accompanied me,
I see.
Accompanied me through my master's. And now my PhD. I seriously love y'all so much. Thank you.
Big ups.
A lot of work.
The boss.
A lot.
Now that's how you be a Karen.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Look, we don't fuck with all Karens,
you.
but
Wow.
Karen, you are one we are definitely fucking with. Thank you for rocking with us. The rest of Karen's comment reads: "I seriously love y'all so much. Thank you for all the amazing work y'all do.
We love you too.
Some of my favorite episodes.
No smart ass.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're
Karen.
a smart ass, Karen.
I mean, girl, you are doing it. Don't you ever doubt yourself, girl. Karen, you are that girl. I want to be like you when I grow up. To just go from back to, I mean,
and that's on a gavel.
We love you,
know
Karen. Thank you for your comment. I just want to read the last of it. It says, "Some of my favorite episodes are ones with Haas and Budgetnista." So I want to make sure I shout them out because Budgetnista does great work, but Haas has also done some great work on our show. Theater Mask, Let Go of the Story, and Fran did one on Vibrations that I still think about to this day. So I wanted to make sure I shared your full comment, Karen. Thank you for just listening and taking the time to leave that for us because you have so much on your shoulders that you got going on, girl.
Right.
Shout out to you. Fran, what did you find out there in the streets?
So another Jazzy hoe, just kidding. From Jazz with Love.
I hope Jasmine, I hope you listening like, yes. I hope you took that the right way, girl.
Hell yeah.
Respect. From Jazz with Love says, listening to you guys reminiscing at the beginning of the Friend Zone as I'm listening to it from the first episode is so inspiring for me. Wow.
Damn.
The first episode. I'm 31 and having a hard time in this space of the unknown. But remembering Fran was close to my age when this all started reminds me that I still have so much self-discovery ahead of me. I love you guys and congrats. And that's so true because I think I had to be 32, 33 when Friend Zone started. So listen, there's time, and there's many more pivots, right? That we have coming up. So that's how
we
life
just
goes.
Getting started.
Okay.
For real.
40s has been nice.
I'm gonna be on the cane, still with it. Got me fucked up. I can make my points better anyway because now I have an instrument. You know what I'm saying?
In fact, I can hear you slamming on the ground.
I'm gonna be one of them motherfuckers. Right now, get up and do it right now. Remember when Mister was yelling at Sealy to shave him on that front porch? Get up here, Sealy.
Get out and do it right now.
The vibes. Anyway.
You are funny. Maureen says, congratulations, guys, on 11 years. I started listening to you guys when I moved to America from Kenya 10 years ago.
What's up?
Yes.
And you guys helped me understand Black culture in this country. Thank you for all your hard work. I love you guys. Thank you for always providing a different perspective, and cheers.
Thank you. Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
That
Right?
is
For us
amazing.
to provide that type of service is awesome. And then Tiffany says, early Fran YouTube days were unmatched. I remember thinking, no way this calm lady is from NYC. You've taught me so much, and still with the friend zone, been locked in ever since. That makes me happy because Fran on YouTube was unmatched. I appreciate that version of me. She worked very hard so that I can chill like I'm chilling right now.
Amen.
Okay. And lastly, Victoria, who we love, said, I've been blocked
Victoria.
by Kirstie Alley and Megan McCain.
Oh, that's good. That's
Oh,
good.
yeah. You
That's
got a
good.
good list.
That means
Yeah.
you did your job.
Yes.
Blocked by 2 pieces of shit.
Right.
Good job.
Oh, okay. Let's jump into the recap for the episode before that. Wow, my brain just glitched. You see how it just slowed down?
Came back to you.
And then it came back.
That
You
good
ain't leaving this
wires. Good
timeline
wires
right
on
here.
you got.
The episode before that was titled Black Movie Table Talk, and that was an Asante production. We discussed movies featuring Black actors, roles, and scripts, and what happens when representation gets complicated. Those of you listening had a lot to say. Who stood out to you, Asante?
A lot of people in the Spotify streets, from the movie theater conversation to the movies conversations, just a lot of great comments. I want to start with Lisette Cien's comment because it goes back to the Black business. Lisette's comment reads, so happy to hear Spring Break watches shout out on the Friend Zone. I purchased my first watch in 2018 and they took off. At the time, they had wood and stainless steel collections that were so beautiful. So shout out to you, Lisette, for being ahead of the curve, girl.
Okay. Always early, never late.
Yes. So Spring Break watches, I hope that y'all are still, y'all obviously still going strong. Y'all out here doing a big department store deal. So go get you one so you can catch up and be like Lisette. The next comment that I want to read, I wasn't planning on reading this one, but Tanisha Miller's comment reads, I ran into Lynn Whitfield in Buckhead a few years ago. Because we had talked about Lynn Whitfield because strong, and I was like, oh my god,
I would love to run into her.
We gave each other the black head nod as we approached each other.
Nice.
And right as she got closer, my heart dropped. First time I've ever been starstruck. Shout out to you, Tanisha. That's so funny because we just love some Lynn Whitfield to have been in the same air and to have like a good encounter like that.
That's a
amazing.
I bet
lab
she's
encounter
so
to have.
Beautiful up close,
right?
Because if she comes
I know
across
she
that way
smelled
on
good
camera,
too. Like,
And she probably switch when she walked too.
right? Got a little.
You know
next
Lynn Whitfield switch.
and she look like she always wears heels. You know, women that
Yes.
are always in heels.
Yep.
It don't
Yep.
matter if they're going to the grocery
A
store.
She's
good
always
leather
on
sling
point.
back. Absolutely.
Sling back.
Yep. Man, you know Lynn Whitfield's still sexy, so it's a stiletto.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Next comment I want to read comes from Nisha Triumphs. This goes back to the children of blood and bone conversation. Nisha's comment reads,
blood in the bones. Because that title just always meant serious fucking business to me. You know, it was like children, first of all, and then blood and bones. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's very in your
And
face.
I just started reading it.
You did.
A couple pages in. Yeah, I want to read it. Now I'm curious. What's going on?
You know what I'm curious about? You know how they always have the photograph of the author in the back of the sleeve?
Yes.
I want to know what she's doing in her picture. Because
I
she
wish I
mad
had
about
it
the whole
down here.
book. I want to know if because I feel like there's a high possibility the photo might look a little something like this.
the books were
You know what
done
I'm
well
saying?
before the
Blood in
movie.
the
So
bones.
now if that picture do look crazy and there was some foreshadowing, I'm gonna still be mad at you, Dustin. But I'm gonna move on to this next comment. This comment comes from Nisha Triumphs.
It's
Nisha's
a picture of
comment
her in a
reads,
Manlo on set.
Dustin, you're gonna love this comment
Talk
too.
about before she got fucked up.
Because I'm reading it and I'm laughing at you and I'm laughing at this comment simultaneously. Nisha's comment reads, I'm sorry to Tommy. I enjoy her books, but I'm also going to see this movie.
Damn.
Hey.
That was most of the
It was, but you know, but that was the thing though. Tommy was saying, she was like, I ain't fucking with it, but still go see the movie. Cause it's like, girl, you still already got paid. So of course you're going to say that. But
Okay,
anyway,
well, we straight there. Shit.
right. It's just like people still like,
gonna
okay,
do
girl,
that
but you
anyway.
That's
right.
how I am.
It's like we still want to know though. You said something happened, girl. So what happened? But anyway,
Look, hey, Tommy, I ain't your slave.
It's the eyes.
Fran, you have to go watch the video. You have to.
How she do it? So I think when she said it.
I was like the eyes got so big and she shook and everything.
We seen her blood and bones when she made it. When she said that shit.
The rest of Nisha's comment reads, I gave her my support when I read the series, and I'm also finna give her my support when I go see the movie version. I don't always expect the books and movies to coincide anyway, but I've been waiting too long for a movie like this, and Tommy would have had something to say extremely serious to keep me from it. And I think that's the other part of it. Like, we're waiting to see, because she's saying, you know, go see it. I don't care. I'm just distancing myself from it. And then she's saying things have happened that she can't talk about. So now we're trying to wonder, like, well, are they so heinous that we wouldn't want to go see the movie? But some of us are like, we are going to go see it regardless. But if it is something heinous, we might change our minds. But she's not really giving us that room.
And all of us are like, well, what the fuck we supposed to do with that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I get it can be a tough position for her to be in, because if it's a legal matter, she can't speak on it. But then she does want to let us know something happened. But it's like, girl, then if you can't tell us, you should have just not brought it up.
It's just such a difficult position for her. She got that big check for her intellectual property. It's such a difficult position for her.
Right. Last comment I want to read comes from... I'm going to spell this out.
Oh, I'm so rich.
Oh, my God. Oh, Tommy. And meanwhile, she got 6 people twisting her hair up at the same time in a beautiful white marble bathroom somewhere. Man, behind they didn't buy my book.
Oh, spit out my water.
Actually, all the children of the bloods and the bones is looking at them.
The bloods and the bones.
Yeah, the children of the bloods and the bones is about gang violence back in Africa. That's what the movie is about. Children of the bloods and the bones.
Asante tried the boat.
Last comment I'm going to read comes from #Alana. The
We're
comment
clearly
reads,
all low on sleep today. Like,
I'm
very
tired
clearly.
as fuck.
I'm saying,
I can always. We're like toddlers. This is terrible. Do you need a nap?
Fatigue. Okay.
this is terrible. And y'all know I got up real early and I got coffee, and I'm so mad of where I got coffee from, because the first few places I got coffee from really suck. And I'm like, damn, I can't come back up in here.
Oh,
It
not
sucks.
bad coffee.
So I had me some good coffee today, but it was still like somewhere I wasn't supposed to go. So I'm just like, damn. Anyway.
Coffee at Target.
Oh. He's like, what?
Last comment reads,
Hey, you know what? While we on it, Target.
you know that Barbie, that picture of the Barbie.
I'm glad you cut me off.
The Barbie turned sideways.
Yes.
Look, I'm the Barbie turned sideways right now. And we going right back to Alana's comment. The rest of her comment reads,
I'm gonna get you,
I just
Target.
need the rest of it. I didn't start it. The comment reads, I just need Tommy to say whatever it is with her chest. Like, this movie could be huge for boosting Black fantasy slash Black nerdism in mainstream media. I think a lot of people want to support the film because of this, but will absolutely rally behind her if she gives us a good reason. But she got to give us more than air and vague concepts. And I think that Alana said that perfectly. Like, you know, we want to rally behind her if it needs to be, but, you know, we know what this movie could do for the genre, as the book has already done for the genre. So, you know,
we not boycotting DoorDash because they fucked your order up, Tommy. You know, it's one of them situations. It's got to be something really bad, you know.
I just want to know what it is.
I really just want to know what it is.
I want to be excited about Black people at the movies.
I know.
Yeah.
Even though it looked like that, but
I'm
excited still.
And I still have to pass the baton back to you, Fran, and find out what you found out there in those streets instead of your opinion on the movie.
Tashira said, Fran, if you do a 40X movie, girl, please take an ibuprofen. God damn, we old. Because I saw Sinners in 40X and got my ass beat. What? Oh my God, I want to know. Or they're just shaking you guys up the whole time.
Wait.
And then Tiffany responds to that comment and says, I took my daughter to see Super Mario in 40X and I was pissed. I take her to the movie so I can nap.
Oh, girl.
I feel so out of the loop. I never knew that these were real theaters.
Can I share this one comment I forgot to mention because you mentioned that? This comment comes from Kristen on the Spotify streets. Kristen's comment reads, I saw the Michael Jackson movie.
What? What did they do to you?
I saw the Michael Jackson movie.
The chairs got belts on them.
In the
and Joseph scenes.
Dustin, wait.
Get your legs.
Dustin, wait. Dustin, wait. Fran and Dustin, wait. I want to put pillows.
Tilt you forward and your butt cheeks
Dustin,
be up in the air.
You hit it right on the butt cheeks, Dustin. Kristen's comment reads, I saw the Michael Jackson movie in the D-Box haptic moving seats, which I have not heard of, but I'm familiar with the haptics. And I don't know, haptics, I know that it's just vibrations, but the word makes me kind of think about like tasers. So I don't like the word haptic. Anyway, and it's just vibrations. Anyway, I thought the moving and vibrations would correspond with the music. Why did the seats vibrate every time young MJ got hit with the bell?
Please tell me you're lying.
If it was action movie violence, then yeah. But biopic trauma violence, no.
No. Wait, who decides the vibrations? Like the theater?
Clue, no idea. But Fran, you reminded me I had to share that. You can have the baton back.
Y'all, that is problematic.
Katherine Jackson.
That's terrible.
Crystal
Why was it even offered in that?
Crystal, also I want to shout you out because I always see your beautiful face in the comments, and I want to let you know that we see you. Hey, Crystal. She says, Fran, Fran, thank you for mentioning gardening websites and accounts. I took a year off last year, but I'm back to gardening. I use planting pots in my backyard so we can leave the grassy area for the kids to play. The push to plant this year was due to the dang cyclospora mess and my children's need for berries. We're growing herbs, zucchini, berries, peppers, tomatoes, and have 2 dwarf citrus trees. We're going to start the seeds for lettuce and other fall growing foods. I will explore the gardeners you mentioned. Gardening has been fun and even the kids enjoy it. I truly find gardening to be so relaxing, to water the plants and know that this food would feed my family. It's just a great feeling. Fresh basil, let me tell you, it's so amazing to grab a few leaves and put it into a sauce. To all the gardeners, I pray you have a huge and healthy harvest. I love that.
That's what's up.
I know.
Garden.
I'm actually excited during the wellness segment because I get to talk to you guys about me dipping my toe in finally. But anyway, Yanitza says, hey, Friend Zone, I'm so glad we're having this much needed conversation. Marvel lately, or Marvel, like Crystal says. Marvel lately has been facing a lot of criticism for their lack of support for the Black superheroes like Blade, Wonder Man, Black Captain American, Moon Girl, King the Conqueror, and Monica Rambeau.
Yes, justice for Monica Rambeau with her fine ass.
And understandable that Jonathan Majors as King is problematic, but a recast is an easy fix, especially since his appearance as King was so brief. Mahershala Ali is correct. If they wanted to, they would. They either don't see Black superheroes as profitable or it's just plain racism. As far as Tomi Adeyemi, she recently posted a 5-minute video telling people not to support Children of Blood and Bones movie.
Watch it again. Okay.
Right, due to how she was treated on set, but for whatever reason, she's not telling us what happened. My thing is, I want to sympathize with her, but she's not being forthcoming about what exactly happened to her, which is leaving the audience up for assumption. Whatever happened to her is unfortunate, but I think this might be an ego trip because after she sold the rights, the book was no longer centered around her. But she also needs to realize this movie is bigger than her and is also about the future of Black cinema. And on the topic of books to screen adaptation, we have so many other books written by Black authors that are currently in production. She says, This Ain't Our First Rodeo by Liara Tamani. It's a Hulu series. Honey and Spice, right? I want to look these up. Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. The Green Sisters Trilogy by Felicia Pride. If I Ruled the World by Amy Dubois on Hulu, and 7 Days in June. Oh, we read that. By Tia Williams is now a TV series. She said, thank you again for highlighting this topic. Oh, I love that. Thank you for putting us on to all these new shows.
You a database girl.
Thank you.
I'll definitely add that too in the episode description so that people can check it out. That's it for me. What about you, Dustin Ross? What'd you find in the Twitter streets?
I just have one thing for y'all this week. Shout out to Bob Manager at Officia Bob Noel, who tweeted along with photos Shirley Caesar celebrating her Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony. So Shirley Caesar got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, shit! Yeah, congratulations!
And there's the cutest pictures of her. She's got on like a it looks to be like a black and grayish or a gray and taupish like bodycon dress.
Oh,
it's over the knees, so church people stand down. But as you can see, she was
she's showing her body.
Give me body. Don't make me
the word
wait.
bodycon after the
Coming
name
to my house. Give me body. Don't make me wait.
She looks
Coming
great.
to God's house. Give me body. She got on a bodycon dress. Listen,
Sir.
Shirley Caesar still got a shape. She want to show her shape off, her legs and her little ass and stuff. Let her show that off. Go ahead, Shirley Caesar. You done enough. I'm just glad she ain't got no pants on. You know, Shirley Caesar will sit with her legs open and her elbows on her knees, making her points. So, so she, you know what I'm saying? She do be sitting like that sometimes. So I was happy to see her in this beautiful dress, and she got on an open-toed shoe. She looks nice.
She does look nice.
Yeah.
I was happy to see her get this, and getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame is a huge distinction.
Hell
and Shirley Caesar has done enough. And I hope that I don't know if you have a repass after not a repass, but like a gathering to like eat after you get your star. You know what I'm
saying?
At the celebration, I'm sure she had greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, ham, turkey. She made it. She got her motherfucking star. So shout out to Shirley Caesar. That's it.
I'm so done.
Wow. She do. She sits with her legs open in pants with her elbows on her knees while she makes a point. So,
send me that picture so you can put it in the
okay. I will. She got a bodycon dress on. I'm about to send you these pictures right now.
And you can see this picture on our Instagram at friendzonepod. So that's it for the intro segment. Let's jump into this week's hot button.
All right, everybody. If there is one thing that I know about you, because you are like me, is that you love money. Okay. But the one thing that we hate about money is spending the money, because when the money goes, it's gone. Unless we buy something nice and we really appreciate it, then we spent our money well. But when that money is gone, we need to be mindful of what we spent that money on. We need to be mindful of how much money we're making so we can save up for that next big purchase. Okay. If you can't buy it more than 3 times, you shouldn't buy it that one time. All right. If you need help looking at your money and figuring out what to do with your money, I have a solution for you. There's an app called Rocket Money. Now, we've talked about Rocket Money plenty of times on the show, but the reason that it is so important is because it helps you manage your money. All right. If there are purchases that you make on a regular basis, like gas and food, it can help you budget these things. You put them in these special categories so you know exactly how much you're spending. You can set up little notifications so you know exactly how much money you have in your account and how much money is leaving your account, because we need to be mindful of our money, something we've talked about many a times on the show. So with Rocket Money, you have a personal finance app that helps find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/zone. That's rocketmoney.com/zone. rocketmoney.com/zone.
So this week's episode, I wanted to kind of piggyback off of our celebrations. Last week, we were celebrating 11 years of the Friend Zone, and we had a conversation that really wasn't planned because it was a shoot the shit. And we started talking about all the ways that Friend Zone has helped us expand as business people, as creatives, all the opportunities we've been able to step into. And it was really nice. I loved reading people's comments, just praying for us too, which I think is nice, and showering us with blessings on hoping that we can continue to expand as the years progress. But I thought a good piggyback to that conversation, which I think is of equal value, is also sharing the challenges, the L's, the pivots, the things that we have also experienced that at the time may have felt much bigger than it was, or maybe it was, and how we were able to work around it or learn from it, overcome it. Because one thing I will say about, I won't even say it's this industry, because I think it happens in corporate, nonprofit, whether you work in education, wherever there are people you have to engage with, there's a lot of learning you're going to have to do to know how to navigate the spaces, because it'll bring out a lot of shit. It'll really show you what you're made of, right? Your morals, your integrity, your baseline, your mental health, all of it. Cojones, all of it will get tested. And put on Front Street for real. So I wanted to kind of tap into that side of our careers, in whatever capacity that you're comfortable in sharing, because I think those are important conversations to have as well. So people know it ain't been no crystal stair.
It ain't all good.
We've had a lot of wins, a lot of blessings, but there's also been a lot that we have had to overcome. A lot of times secretly, a lot of times quietly. And a lot of times politically, you won't discuss certain things because you are still in the space and want to continue to move forward in the space. So I'll start with sharing an L that I took early on. With producing for Friend Zone, those who are newer to the show, especially the comment where she says she's starting from episode 1. Y'all know that initially I was producing a lot of the episodes the first couple years. And because of that, it allowed me to get more production-based podcasts, whether it was behind the scenes, up front as a co-host. And one of the early podcasts I got put onto was a partnership with State Farm.
Yes.
And this was it was kind of new of its kind, where brands were trying to figure out at the time how to work with podcasts without necessarily just being an ad that's being placed, somewhere in the episode. So they were testing out different ways to partner with, podcasts, whether it was paying for the step and repeat when they're on tour, or bonus episodes, or in this case, a limited series podcast that was fully sponsored by one brand. And it was State Farm. It was a new format they were testing. They hired myself. They hired Tatiana King, who we love.
Love you, Tatiana.
Love you, Tatiana King. And Angela Yee, who we love
you, Angela
as
Yee.
well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was so much fun for me, because there's two women that I already was familiar with. We had a good rapport, and to be able to work together was really, really exciting. So here's where the L comes in. They brought in a producer. That was weird for me, because I was sort of under the impression that the show would be us producing it ourselves, right? We would sit, format it. This is what we already have done in our respective shows. And then you have Angela Yee, who's on a juggernaut.
Yeah, y'all can handle that.
We were fine.
Y'all would prefer it, probably.
We would prefer it, but they brought in a producer, and the producer was basically telling us what to discuss on each of the episodes. And admittedly, I was so confused, because it didn't necessarily feel like the producer knew what they were doing. The topics didn't necessarily make sense. They weren't sequenced. It kind of felt like they were just throwing something at the wall and hoping that because we were who we were, we would make it stick. Yeah. And it was killing me inside, because y'all know how I am.
And you knew what it could be. So you were like, what the fuck are we even doing?
With the budget we got, with the State Farm team, who was amazing. They were so kind. They were so easy to work with. And then obviously my co-host. So long story short, the episodes just did not really land because I felt like we didn't get to be ourselves. We didn't really have a say. I tried to have some pushback on it. They were adamant on, him being the producer of it. So I stepped back too because I also was learning.
And it was a fucking man.
And it was a man.
We'll fuck anything up.
And to me, because it was a new format of its kind, I didn't want to be as aggressive as I can be when I'm a part of a project because I felt like, listen, we are kind of finding our legs in this shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But long story short, the show wasn't landing. And somehow we got through 2 or 3 seasons. I don't even know how. And then finally State Farm decided to change the format. At the time, Angela Yee was building out incredible businesses. Like she had like her coffee shop. I think she had like a juicing shop. She had a lot of real estate. Like shit was popping off on the business side. And so they decided to remove me and Tatiana. Hired a finance guru and just turned it into a more niche business-based show where they could focus on Angela's businesses. Made sense. I wasn't mad at it, but I was mad because I was like, I felt like I got fucked because
you never got a fair shot.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to really make the show what we wanted it to. But this is where it worked for me because I was so tight about that, right? That when I got placed in HBO to do Insecurity. Ding, ding, ding. Here he comes being the producer of that show. And I said, absolutely not.
Boom.
I'm not going through this again. So he had to take a step back because that's when I piped up. Because I was like, you already fucked me. First opportunity. You're not going to have a second chance. So even though he was still on it, because obviously I didn't have control in that capacity. But what we did have control of at that point in our career was how we wanted the flow of show to go. It was Crystal and I at that point.
Yeah.
So
and y'all went on to win awards.
And we went on to win a ton of awards.
Yeah.
And then the third project, I get hired by Target to do intersectionality with Jade and Kia. To this day, one of the most lucrative opportunities that I've had. He gets brought on again.
Are you kidding me?
And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, this is like haunting me.
What the fuck?
This time though, I'm going to keep it real. I said, because he came on in the capacity of like State Farm where he was going to control the topic.
Creative.
And I said, this is a show about 3 Black people, 3 Black women, where we're talking about very specific intersectionalities. You have no space to tell us. I just knew that this was going to fuck us so bad. And luckily, Jade and Kia were on board and were like, listen, we know how you roll. We know that you're fair. You wouldn't be saying this if it was just to say it. You know what I mean?
Right. So it's not from a personal grudge. It's like,
And he was livid because obviously lucrative. But I felt like, brother, I'm sorry. There's nothing personal because he's actually, we all know who he is. He's not a bad person.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy, but I just thought in that capacity, it kept fucking us because even though he didn't fuck us in terms of the content on HBO, but the money that he got paid from the HBO budget took away from us. It took away from us, even though we were doing all the work. And I never understood who I think it is? Yes, it is.
Okay.
And so I like fought for him to not be a part of the Target one because I just felt like I don't know who your dad is. I don't know who the fuck you know in these companies that is having this type of pull. Because if you were coming in and really shutting shit down and really piping us up as creatives, hey.
Absolutely, it would work. It wouldn't even be an issue. But that's not what was happening.
But that's not what was happening. If anything, we were being siphoned financially. We were being controlled in terms of how we wanted to spin our own narratives on these projects that we were blessed with. These were all experimental. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so when you have an experimental format like that, you really got to come out the gate strong. And I always hated that I feel like I didn't get my legs on, or my hands really on any of the blueprint of that first State Farm partnership. And with HBO, it fucked us financially. And then with Target, that's where I said no. And I felt comfortable speaking up, and it caused commotion, and you never want to be the one that seems difficult.
Right.
And so it's such a hard position to be in, because you're fighting for something is right, but because no one else has context of why you're going so hard, it just looks like you're being a difficult person.
Yeah.
And that's a very, very hard role to choose to be.
Until
but
you quit giving a fuck.
But I knew it was the right thing. And so, and then obviously me and him had a little bit of, energy after that, but I knew it was the right thing, and I was willing to be the bad guy in that.
And once again, it was a success.
And it was a success. We got a second season, everything worked beautifully. We got to do our show exactly how we wanted, with me on the helm, and then at the helm, and then you have Dr. Kia and then Jade. Come on, it was phenomenal work. I got to bring on my production team to film it exactly how it needed to be filmed. And I think the lesson I learned, I guess that's the paradox, right? Because it fucks you, but at least you learn to pipe up, is just speak up and advocate for yourself. And I think a lot of times in these spaces, you are trying to think long term. You don't want to burn bridges. All these things that might make you kind of hesitate or not even want to be the difficult person. But I realized with these projects that you actually, what is it? I think it was a quote Beyonce said once, where she said, business and polite don't mix.
Yeah.
And that's just so true.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I'm a chill person. I do pipe up when I think it's necessary. If I feel there's something unjust happening, I'm going to say something. I'm not a person that will not do that. But in business early on, I was still finding my legs. And so I took L's, and this was definitely one of the first ones. That was a big financial L and creative L, because that show I felt didn't represent us, and it's out there, and it just was like, oh, I get so but it is what it is. It's part of your blueprint as a creative. You're going to take L's. That's why I wanted to kind of talk about those today, because there are many. Do you guys have any else or challenges maybe that you came up against since you've been in this business?
I have plenty. Do you have any, Asante, that you want to share?
I had something I want to share, but it was more so pre this business, and then how it came back around very early
that's
on.
Another one.
Fran, that when you were on YouTube, there were all these other sections of YouTube. I was in one of these random subsectors of YouTube, where I've met a lot of amazing people who you also know and love to this day. Me, XD, shout out to XD. We used to, I'm trying to figure out how to be diplomatic about some of the things that I want to share. Long story short, we used to run in the same circles as some other creators, and they, people, this is back in the YouTube days when people were doing challenges, hey, I'm going to do this challenge, and I challenge these 5 YouTubers to do this challenge or whatever. And when people started coming together and doing very community-based things on YouTube, there was this community-based thing that was going on YouTube, and it was being done by somebody who I didn't have a good online relationship with. It was just online stuff. So for me, it was very much I don't care about this. But at the same time, there was some beef there that I was aware of. I just didn't care about it because it's we're online. Who cares? They facilitated this challenge. A lot of people were involved, and I was asked to be part of it. I decided to just keep it professional. I'm hey, I really respect the endeavor. I'm willing to work with you and do my part. I had to choose a day and provide content for that day. Everybody had a day and an hour. At some point, the person that was putting this all together just kind of stopped or gave up. This was early on YouTube, so I feel maybe the people in the comments were giving too much feedback, or, they just weren't confident about what they were putting out. So they basically stopped doing it. And it kind of was annoying because it's damn, this was a good idea. And a bunch of us are in it. We coming together and we want to do it. So let's keep doing it. And so I remember laughing because XD was you don't even like this person, and you just pretty much took over their stuff. Because towards the end of the week, this person just comes up for air out of nowhere and tried to reclaim their stuff. But I did a lot of the work, and I didn't want I didn't care about it. I just cared about like the actual, like what it was.
You just wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to happen. And so when they came and they took the success from it, and I was just kind of like, all right, I don't really even care about that. Like, I'm just glad that something successful did happen. And what I did was successful in it. Now, it wasn't my shit, but should I have maybe got a little shout out? Sure, maybe. Y'all know how I am. I don't be caring about stuff like that. Like, I'm a team player. As long as some shit gets done, it gets done. I was not asked to do nothing big. All this to say that this person afterwards, they went on to be semi-successful and do some sort of writings and do some show work. But then something happened along the way and it wasn't happening for them anymore. I don't know. Cause again, I didn't really care about this person, but they saw that I was becoming successful in our podcasting space as well. So I started seeing them out and about and around a little bit more. And it's crazy how this person, I become cool with anybody, but this was one person that it's like, I just didn't want to become cool with. I just didn't feel like it was genuine. And then they were like, we should connect and we should talk. The first conversation that we had after that was just based around like, how can I be successful and get to where you are and do what you're doing? And it was early on. And when we were in that space, it was like, I already didn't have that answer, but I was more turned off by the fact that this person didn't there was old business there that I felt like needed to be handled before you're asking me about how to help your business now.
Right.
Like
the elephant in the room.
Maybe a credit, maybe compensation, maybe just a simple apology. I don't know. But like, it was crazy. And there are people that still remember me from that early moment on YouTube. They were like, yo, you were on that thing with those people and you did that. And I'm just like, that's so random that you know that, which is why I'm trying to be bland because or vague rather, because I don't know who remembers some of the YouTube me, but there was a circle and it was a very special place to be. Like, when YouTube had those pockets, like how early Twitter was, like how some people say Threads is feeling now. I just felt like we had that on YouTube. It's where I met Kia. Me and XD were doing videos. Kia was always in the comments, but she was doing her videos herself.
That was so cute. And
then we started doing videos together. It was just really, it was cool. It was amazing. It was like, wow, we're all different people in different spaces, but we're connecting and we're creating something beautiful. So when it was time to create something beautiful for other people and other places to see with someone I ain't really rock with like that, but all I had to do was contribute my contribution and not be fake and act like, me and this person were amazing. Like, cool, I can do that. But then for the person to just drop the ball and say, fuck everybody that they had reached out to, I was like, no. Cause they see my name in this group email and they don't know how we're connected. And I don't want to be put on the list of we ain't never fucking like, it was just very, very complex and complicated, but it was early on in that space. So it made me very careful and cognizant about who I work with in these spaces. So whenever any of us says anything, or we're kind of like, friend, in your previous story, if you were to say, and you have, hey, this person, this is our history, I'm just letting y'all know, you haven't even been like, I'm not doing that. You just literally mapped stuff out. And before you could even get there, we've been like, oh yeah, we don't even have to, like, it's not even an issue. Because we know that
y'all understand. Yeah.
We get it.
You know, I'm telling that story too.
But it was before this, but it was an L early on because it was like, there are people that still remember that. So imagine I met someone at one of our corporate things that we did. Like when we were at like one of those Twitter dinners, one of the followers knew me, or one of the people knew me from YouTube. And I don't know if they still at Twitter or X because they were probably part of that mass. Never mind. Sorry. I know. I don't think nobody we know there no more. That's so crazy to me. All the time is crazy as I'm thinking about everything. But
shout out to Goddess.
Oh, Goddess Riviera.
Oh,
shout out to you, Goddess.
Shout out to Goddess. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Goddess. She's friends with my best friend from college. And that's so weird.
Small world. Small world. Like
such a small world.
Robin Harris used to say, small world. Yeah.
They both went to Columbia University. So
it's a small world. You never know who knows who from where or from when or for what.
Right? Yeah. And then people will come back around, like you said. That's a big one in this space.
You're not using me. Sorry. And then you? XD knows. I can't wait to talk to XD about this.
That's what's funny too about this episode.
I don't know.
You gotta tread lightly.
I didn't even know where they were when they came up for air and I'd seen them because
You
I don't
just
want to say
squashed
too
that
much.
bug with your shoe and kept moving.
They literally, you know how New York is one of those places where you see people and you bump into people all the time, but it's like if you have like X'd them off the list, you don't see them ever again. This was a person that I had just we were never in the same rooms for real anyway. And then when we were, they would see how people would react to me, very much to what you were saying. Oh, actually, Dustin, you said something before about people noticing when you get attention and them feeling a way about that. This person would notice that. And it's like, I just am cool with a lot of people. And so they're like, hey, we should talk. Okay, sure, maybe. And then it's about business. We have unfinished business. Right. And like Erykah Badu said, I guess I'll see you next lifetime because you didn't have the right answer now.
Right.
Or not.
I still ain't gonna fuck with you.
And that's okay.
So I keep it, I'll take it off of a person and put it on an entity instead, right? So I had, back before the pandemic, right? Before the pandemic. So like 2018, I started working with a television network, and it was my first time writing in television, right? Huge breakthrough moment for me, you know what I'm saying? Milestone, whatever. So I do that. The program that I'm working on them with comes to an end, but the television network wanted to continue a relationship with me. And so we had all these meetings, and it was a totally new thing for me because I had never engaged with a network on that level before with access to certain opportunities or whatever. So me and the people that I was fortunate enough to have their help, you know what I'm saying, along the way, we were meeting with this network, and we started developing a project, and it was going to be a television show that I came up with. It was a really smart idea that I knew was going to be funny, and I knew was going to be a big moment for me as far as elevating in my career. And so we had gotten the deal done. That sounded like I said dildo. We got the deal done. They were scheduling crew. I was going to be out in Los Angeles for about 3 months filming this show. And it was going to be the biggest moment professionally that I had up until then in my life. And I was so excited. It was a secret. It was just like a dream. It was a dream come true. It wasn't even like, it was a dream come true. And so then the pandemic hit, and the network laid off tons of people.
Oh shit.
It totally just shifted. Everybody, it was in new positions, and my project went away.
Oh shoot.
And so it did not happen. And, it was very sad for me, because it was just like, damn. And I, because of working in like scripted, acting before and shit, and because of like, even like auditioning for like positions, hosting shows and stuff, I was familiar with the disappointment that comes with opportunities like that in our industry. I've auditioned for countless television shows in scripted capacities as an actor, gotten very close to certain huge opportunities, and then it'd be taken away. I've had opportunities presented to me to work as a host that were incredible. Y'all remember the Bachelor style opportunity we had talked about that one time? Just all kind of shit. But it just does not happen or doesn't go across the finish line. But this project in particular was devastating for me because I had developed
you were right
personal.
There. Yeah.
I had engaged with these executives. It was different because when certain networks or entities reach out to you, sometimes the people you're corresponding with are strangers, right? It's just this person with this title and you don't know them. Because I had been working with this network in the capacity that I was working in for over a year and a half, these were people I knew. So the conversations as we move forward, the negotiation process was fair to me, even beyond fair. They cared about this happening. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I did too. And it wasn't no fake shit, but all of that went away. And so I just learned a huge lesson about attaching myself to certain opportunities and certain things or whatever. And then, so the program goes away. I'm devastated, heartbroken. Probably 3 weeks later, I got an email inquiry from Ebony K. Williams, just like, hey,
that's always how it goes.
I'm interested in, I think you'd be a great fit. Do you want to take a meeting? I literally responded. This was the first time me and Ebony ever corresponded. And I was like, hell yeah, I love your work. Like, let's take the meeting. From that meeting, Holding Court, our legal news podcast that we hosted for 4 seasons, was born. And
award-winning.
Hell yeah.
We ended up winning an NAACP Image Award for that show, for the best news and information podcast. Yeah, it legitimized me in a certain way. I met people who I got access to other opportunities through working with that show. I met producers who ended up putting me in position to do my TEDx talk. We won that award. And then on some real shit, Ebony K. Williams is literally like family to me. We are lifelong friends that are like family. That's
beautiful.
And we edify, we make each other better. And just like, that's my girl, my friend. So, and it grew me as a host. It gave me more experience working with other people. I love collaborating with you two, and I also love collaborating with other people so I could just be better overall.
And you have the baseline from working here, so that's always so helpful. It led to a lot of stuff. And so I just, sometimes, the rain ain't always gonna last. Candy Birds be saying that it can't rain forever. You know what I'm saying? She's like, it's gotta stop and the sun is going to come out. And so it did. And that's just one example. It's been personal shit. All kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's just one example. So I learned a lot from that. And it helped me when other opportunities that I thought were life-changing came along after that did not come to fruition. I'll tell you those stories another time. And I think that's like you said, the detachment, right? I actually learned that from Cheska Lee. Because she's been very open about how many shows she's sold, like big opportunities with big movie studios, big television channels, things that we were like freaking out about because it was just such a big opportunity, and then it just wouldn't go to the finish line. And she's just been really heartbroken for many years about that. Devastating, And so there is a detachment that you sadly almost have to have for your sanity. So
especially when it's your idea. There's that piece, right? There's the opportunities we're so grateful for, right? When people say, hey, I have this project I think you'd be perfect for, and then you kind of fill a slot. There's another level of disappointment that exists, which for me has been deeper with this project specifically because it was my idea. These people that had access to opportunity from me came to me and said, hey, we think that we've loved working with you, and we don't want to stop. So what do you want to do that we can help make happen? And that's how this thing was born. So it was deeply personal, this one in particular. So that level of disappointment, like Cheska Lee said, and like I'm sure we've all felt in our own way, is just, it guts you, you know what I'm saying? And then you still have obligations and things that you have to do. So Asante always talks about ninja training. This has been one style of ninja training that I've had to experience. So it's all good now, though. Much love to everybody. It wasn't never all bad. It was just all bad for me personally. I was mighted down. But it's
and it was good. The timing, right? Like COVID hitting, that turned a lot of businesses upside down. So there wasn't anything personal in that regard. But I know the heartbreak is like, that's my baby. Yeah. In that same vein of something not going to the finish line, I had an opportunity in partnership with Talkspace at the time.
Shout out to Talkspace.
Shout out to Talkspace. They had been working with us on Friendzone for many years. I think earlier on, right? We had ads with them like every week. So they had approached me about starting a mental health series online. And I was excited because Talkspace was the shit. So I was like, this is a great sponsorship opportunity. I brought in Jarrell. You remember Jarrell Caraballo? We worked with him on this show. I think we had an episode titled The Other Side of Therapy or something where we got an insight into his life as a therapist, a Black therapist. And what life is like. Like, are you constantly psychoanalyzing your friends? Do you psychoanalyze your partners? How do you separate life as a person and life as a therapist. It was a very, very good conversation. Me and him had really good chemistry. And so I thought of him immediately as someone that could bring the more clinical, licensed refinement to the conversations. And so I came up with this concept, brought him in. He was excited about it. I found this incredible set. I mean, hands down to this day, probably one of the most beautiful sets.
I remember what it looked like too.
It was stunning. It was so stunning that I actually stayed in touch with the woman that owned the space because I was like, me and you need to just be in each other's worlds.
If these are the choices you make for your space, I need to know you. Yeah.
And I found it at the time on Peerspace. Where I don't know if Peerspace is still a thing, maybe it is, but people with beautiful homes would rent out their properties for commercial use. And so it was perfect. I spoke to her about the project we had in mind. It was going to be a limited series with a certain amount of episodes. So here's where I fucked myself. I have the habit of always trying to, I won't say help, but it's like I see a younger person or a person that's trying to figure out how to break into a space. And if I'm around them, there's a part of me that's like, listen, you should be a part of this. This is going to help your books. This is going to help your resume. It's your portfolio, I should say. And so I brought someone who was new and young and hungry for opportunity. They were someone that was around our friend group. And so I thought, I also really liked them, like their personality. They were chill. They were cool. They were easy to be around, very pleasant. And so I thought this would be great for them. I thought of them immediately and brought them on board to be the production team, for the project. And when we went to film the first episode, they were like an hour late which is problematic because when you rent a space, you're paying per hour.
Hourly, right? Yeah.
And so this is,
and who's to say it's going to be available after that? And
who's to say that you're going to get the extra hour that you just lost because this is for commercial use. So I'm sure they had other people, scheduled. You just don't know. You don't have control of that.
And in this business, being prompt and on time is all you have.
It's all you have.
It's everything.
Especially when it's affecting so many other people,
productions
right?
are involved,
Productions involve a lot of people. So you being late messed up everyone else. So that was I was livid. Y'all already know. So I'm livid, but I was like, we got to get it done. They come, the batteries for their camera weren't charged, which I was like, you got to be kidding me. So we lost the hour for them being late. Then we have to wait for them to charge the batteries I had never even experienced this. And y'all know I've worked with many teams, never experienced no shit like this. Then once they started setting everything up, they realized they forgot their lights. So now we had to wait for them to find, because they live too far, for them to find a local camera shop and hope that they had the lights that they needed. But now that's coming out of my budget because I have to pay for that. You know what I mean? And so it just was all wrong. We end up filming it, but obviously me and Jarrell at that point are just not in a good space. It just took us out of it. We're consummate professionals, so we made it work and we pushed through but it didn't look good because the lighting was not right for the space. When you work with production teams, normally they'll come to the space beforehand so they can get an idea of what lighting is there.
Set it up, test it.
They'll know, set it up, test it. That's what people usually do. But this is where I fucked up because this, like I said, was a person that was newer on the scene and I was viewing it like giving them an opportunity to pipe up. But what I've learned from that was you don't risk your opportunities and risk your blessings to put someone on. You get someone who already is
who's
at
fit
that
for the
point.
Opportunity. Yeah.
Right. who's already there. They just haven't been given the opportunity. And you can't like push someone to where they're not. And I know he buckled under the pressure. And I think that's what made the day even worse, because he knew he was fucking everything up. And so he got in his head. It pissed me off so beyond, because you wasted the whole project. Because now when they were like, hey, you know, we need to see the first episode because that is what was going to decide the rest of it, it was a shit show. And so I lost the opportunity because it was so bad. And I was so pissed at myself.
Because ultimately all that falls back on your name.
It was completely my fault because I was the one making that decision. I could have brought in Reggie. Y'all know Reggie is my production team moving forward. After that, I learned a huge lesson. But that's what I mean to the paradox, right? Because I had to go through that, lose a shit ton of money because this was a very lucrative series and then I felt bad because Jarrell is amazing. I wanted to work with him. This was going to be lucrative for him as well. And even though the first episode looked like shit, the conversation was amazing. And it kills me to this day that him and I were not able to put that content out because it was a great conversation. It was a great concept. And it was something at the time that was much needed, you know, having both of our perspectives, me from a more experiential, like anecdotal, I should say, and then him from the clinical perspective, just having those two worlds merge. And at the time I had started a series on YouTube about the importance of when we're talking beauty and skincare and hair care and all these things, but like mental health should also be up in there, you know, and I had started a mental health series to look at a more holistic view of wellness. And so it just was in perfect alignment. You know, everything was in place and I was getting these amazing opportunities because people were seeing the work that I was doing. And I was so pissed because that show went to shit. And I have to admit, and y'all know this, I have had a hard time being around that person. And that's something I've had to work through because they didn't, it's a weird position to be in, right? Because it's like they didn't do it maliciously.
Right.
But the way they fucked up just seems so
careless,
avoidable. Yeah, like so careless. It just made me wonder, like, what?
Because it was like everything about
through?
It.
Being that late, not thinking something so big. You didn't think to charge your batteries. You didn't think to wonder
lights.
About the lights.
Let's talk about.
You couldn't call ahead.
You go ahead.
Sorry, no, I'm just like.
No, I mean, there's no order, but I just, it felt so disrespectful. And I think that's why I haven't been able to share space with them in the same way, because I felt so disrespected. Like, it's like, damn, personal. Brother.
Yeah, it was personal.
It felt so rude and crazy. And especially because when I explained to them how angry I was and expressed it, y'all know how I get. I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel.
Hell yeah.
Told him everything I felt. He just didn't. I know some people deal differently with confrontation. Like some people are non-confrontation. They kind of freeze. I get that. And I know that about people. And I am understanding, right? They'll freeze. And it's not necessarily that they don't care or they're not listening. It's just that they don't even know what the fuck to say because they have fucked up so bad.
Right.
And I do know that. And I do understand that. But in that moment, it was pissing me off because he wasn't speaking.
Knowing that don't help it.
He wasn't saying anything. He wasn't apologizing. He just was frozen. He didn't say anything. To this day, he's never come to me like, yo, I thought about nothing. Even when we see each other, we just give each other a head nod and keep it moving. And then he's never come to me to say, you know, I want to talk to you about that opportunity that I helped you lose.
Because it's business, and even though we're creatives, there's a baseline. There has to be some sort of baseline of, I hate to use the word professionalism. So it's like,
well, that was my fault. That part was my fault because I should have.
But even on the back end, though, if he couldn't have, you know, how could he, like, how for him, not for you, right? Like, why hasn't he figured out how to reconcile that portion of it? Like
he's embarrassed, which reflects maturity.
He keeps running into that like emotional side of it, which I'm very familiar with. And instead of seeing you and being like, all right, we got to take this hat off and like really, pull our pants up and say, hey, I really fucked up that day. Like I fucked up so bad. Like that's why every time you see me, I run away. Like there, I don't know what work he or her or them they have to do to get that fixed, but people, it's not your responsibility. And I hate. I mean, because
they her. It's okay.
But friend, like I feel you because you have always been a very, very fair person. So even in that, like it does seem like I can feel angering like every time. Not from you, just like I can feel myself being angry every time I see a person that wronged me and they just looking at me like I'm crazy as they leave. Like it's like
I know it's hard for people to do that though, right? Yeah. Because to keep it so real, it's people that have done me wrong and I have let it rock because of that reason right there. I haven't, and by let it rock, that doesn't mean it wasn't addressed, but I mean, I haven't responded in kind or responded as I typically would because I know that it's hard. It's been hard for me to take accountability for stuff at times when I've been wrong.
Yeah. And that's
at my big age, I give people a little bit of grace for that, but you have to, and this maybe is a view that I need to adjust. Maybe it's antiquated, but when it's a man and a woman type shit, you have an obligation as a man to, and however long it takes you, right? If it may take you years, whatever, you have an obligation to address it, acknowledge it, and take some sort of accountability. And it's a lot of people with a lot of open-ended shit out here that they need to take care of in that way. And I know it's not easy. And I know, of course not. But and the fact that you haven't done it yet means you always have the chance to do it.
Right.
And that's what you can focus on, to remove some of the shame and the other shit and just handle it. So I'm just sorry that happened. And
I am too, because it could have been amazing for all of us. That's the reality.
And I'm sure it was a lesson for him some money was lost though. That's a very real thing. Yeah. That's a very real thing.
That's the part that broke me because I, at that time, was really, financially stable in terms of I was a full-time creative. I was able to cover, but it's not the volatility of content creation. You'll have a month where you'll make $1,000. You have a month where you make 100,000. It just, you can't control that. And so when you get a good month, it's like, and then you lose it on account of
don't cut a hole in my net. You know what I'm saying? Let everything in my net stay in there.
Please, don't cut it and let because I worked hard to even call this opportunity in the first place. And I think that's why it was frustrating. It was really good work. I think that's the hard part too, when it's like something that won't be seen and won't be experienced. I didn't get to expand on this idea and I like hated that so much. And Jarrell and I, we pieced it up and he was like, it is what it is. He's a therapist. So he was like, it's okay. Right. It's a lot
to use his tools.
Right.
You a therapist, we got to make up. That's how I feel about it. You got to make sure we make up. You the one therapist.
He knew my heart in this and he saw how I handled it and we were all pretty disappointed. But yeah, that was hard because the lesson in that moving forward was then when I had opportunities, the vetting changed. And so that's a good thing. Like I said, it's so like you have to go through. Because then when I had, intersectionality with Target.
You see how Friend did that producer? Never again. His ass got to go. I ain't doing this shit no more. I didn't do that camera shit. That's what Friend was all no. Okay.
It's true, but that's how you learn, right? Because you gotta walk through some fires to make you the business person that you are today. You have to accept some shitty checks to understand that you have value, accept some, this is what makes you. And to prove
and establish your value, which is why somebody fucking up the opportunity makes you that much more angry. Yeah. It's bigger than there's a bigger picture here, and you have to work with people that get that.
Yeah.
I've worked with people that have taught me. Shout out to Keisha. We just talked about her. I've worked with people that have taught me how to literally look at the bigger picture with shit when it comes to the way that you move and operate as a professional in this industry.
Yep.
And there's a way that you have to approach your participation in projects. And it has served me very well because I've had actually poor examples of people who could have given me game or done right by me. I worked with someone very early on in my career on a project.
I remember this story.
On a project that led to another opportunity that would have been life-changing for me at the time. And because of personal gay issues that had nothing to do with me, this person ghosted me and the next opportunity that they were the nucleus of.
Oh my goodness.
Someone was impressed with
life-altering
what I did and reached out to them for an opportunity that about me that involved them. And they were the one who were managing the communication and ghosted me for years. And at the time I was new. So I didn't know anything. I didn't have any contacts. I didn't have anyone who could advise me on how to continue the talks or nothing. I was asked out. So they left me out to dry, never paid me for the project that we collaborated on initially. And they have made money for it beyond. In the future, I never saw them again. The one time that I did run into the person, I was in conversation with somebody else about an opportunity, and I was literally in LA. I was in LA working, and I ran into the person. And this is after at the time we met, I was brand new. They were established. As time went on, we were supposed to share space multiple times, and it ended up just not happening. And we were going to share space as peers, right?
Yep.
And it never happened. And then I was out in LA working and I crossed paths with the person and I was literally unable to address the elephant in the room between us. And to this day, I haven't been able to. But what it taught me was don't be like them. Yeah. Right. When you have an opportunity to make it easier to advise appropriately, when you have an opportunity to usher someone else in that shares a circumstance with you, as the person who is more seasoned, as the person who is older sometimes, or as the person who is more experienced, you have a responsibility to leave the door open for people behind you. Funky Dineva, shout out to Quentin. Love you,
Funky,
Q.
we love you.
For years, Quentin has talked about how he was working. He got an opportunity to work at the radio station, and Miss Sophia, shout out to Atlanta radio personality and performer Miss Sophia, comedian Miss Sophia.
We talking, that's girl talk.
Miss Sophia told Q, I'm leaving this opportunity. You coming in behind me. The only thing I'm telling you is make sure you leave the door open for the next gay motherfucker, black gay motherfucker that comes behind you. Meaning, perform well, be responsible with the position, look for opportunities to usher someone else in or provide help to someone else who's ready for the opportunity. There's a responsibility you have to kind of pass the torch. And when somebody don't do that to you, who could have, you know, and recognize even more clearly and evidently that that's what your responsibility. So that's what I learned. And one day I'm going to be able to check that person about it. And I don't wish them no harm or nothing like that, but I do wish them an argument with me. And I'm going to win it. And it's going to get personal.
Clearly.
And it's going to feel good. And I can't wait, because that's where the vitriol and the premium fuel, unleaded fuel that I need is going to come from, because I'm still mad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because you did me dirt.
Huge opportunity.
You did me dirt and never fixed it. So I'm not really, I don't have no baggage. I'm not harboring resentment. I'm just still rightfully angry, and I'm going to address it one day. And I can't wait, because I'm going to be pointing and I'm going to get loud. I hope it's somewhere like at a party or something so I can really get live. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to happen. I just couldn't do it I was literally at work talking to executives from the entity that had hired me to come to LA and work. And they were introducing me to another entity for potential opportunities when this person comes around the corner and we see each other for the first time in years.
Insanity.
I always said whenever I see them, but see, that's how I believe whatever is going on, whatever you believe in, whatever the higher power or the universe is that you believe in, that's where they show up in my life. Situations like that. Like, no, what you're going to do, Dustin, is learn how to control all that shit and learn that sometimes you have to, your strength looks like humility sometimes. Your strength looks like conceding and concession sometimes, right? It doesn't always look like an attack. Even though that's the fun parts, right? Life's not always fun. So, you know what I mean?
But he's a blip in your experience.
Blip, big old, I'm sorry, because I'm not going to do that. But yes, a blip.
Yep.
So, and that's just one. It's another motherfucker who also, and I'm not going to say no names. Should I?
No.
Okay.
Just text it to us.
You got too much
I'm going to be a little specific. So, when I first moved to New York, I was part of a YouTube channel. When I first moved to New York, I was part of a YouTube channel, and I became fast friends with the person who, it was their channel. They created content where Black gay men would get together, have conversations about deep social issues, stuff like that. And that is where I met to this day one of my best friends. Y'all know Matrell. Shout out to Matrell Hurst, incredible chef.
Matrell.
I love Matrell. He living in Denver doing good. We just hung out when I was in Denver working. We talk all the time. To this day, still one of my best friends. But that's where me and Matrell met. Once we met, the person thought, oh, you know, people gonna think y'all cute. Y'all should do content together on the channel, whatever. So he put us in videos together. I'm talking about, cause we literally, from day one, we had natural chemistry as like best friends. So like, of course, in the videos, we was on fire. The shit was supposed to come out. It was early on when I first moved to New York. I'm trying to build and establish myself in the digital space. Tell me why he lost the footage. We had recorded like multiple videos. He lost all our shit. And then tried to put us with other people. It never came out. That's when me and Matrell stopped fucking with him, and we just started doing our own thing as friends.
Oh no!
But yeah,
I'm not surprised.
And we ended up falling out and shit.
That's so dirty.
I don't even care because like that's stupid shit, and I'm grown. That was so long ago. It's like meaningless, but it still happened.
It still says a lot. Yeah,
it still happened, and so I just know now. That's why. And Asante, this is more something you can vouch for. Oh. That's why. I be legit nice to motherfuckers. When we be out, I show love. I try to create connections with people. I do not believe in no mean boy, mean guy, gay shit. Like I'll never be a part of that. I'll never hate or try to backdoor somebody in that way. I believe you're supposed to show love. You got to be a gay's gay. You got to. Yep. If you're gay, you got to be a gay's gay. You have to, man. Like, because that toxic shit, it ruined a great relationship. The same way me and Matrell still close, me and that person could have been close, but they just weren't right. And that jealousy and envy and shit.
And y'all could have built something cool that would have helped everybody.
You know, but I got a best friend out of it, so I don't care. So, you know what I'm saying? But those are just two examples. These sissies, I'm so sick of sissies. I'm so sick of sissies.
Dustin.
Like that church mother, whatever
you're
her
saying
name is.
Everything
that
I
don't wear no makeup but need to wear some. Go ahead.
You're connected to my first story, just so you know. And everything that you're saying, I completely agree with everything. From you being a gay to these damn sissies. Like,
you gotta be cool. You have to.
You really
gotta at least try. That don't mean you gotta stay cool with everybody. You're gonna have natural fallouts and shit.
Yeah.
But you got to operate from a place of like, this is a community. We all facing the same evils when we walk out the door, especially other Black gay people. Why not be kind to each other and at least try to build? You know what I'm saying? See what happens type shit.
I want y'all, when y'all get drunk and y'all bump into each other, I want y'all to look at each other and be nice to each other. Just people in general, when y'all are out. When people are bumping into you, because it happens to me, when people bump into me, I'm like, damn. But I usually joke it off or laugh, and me and the person have a good time with the bump because we're not doing it intentionally. You get in a wide open space and you getting bumped.
And say I'm sorry, because it's both ways. Y'all should both be like, I'm sorry, excuse me at the same time. You know what I mean?
Something. Make it a cute moment.
I say I'm sorry. Anytime I step on somebody's foot,
like, bump into somebody, I'm so sorry, my bad.
I did not mean to do that. Like,
simple. But because people don't hear it, they get an attitude. So like you said, Dustin, everyone should just be ready to say it to each other.
We talking to the gays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Specifically, because y'all just are scrapping so hard on the Twitter. I just don't understand why.
So that's it for beef.
I want to talk about this because this is an L because of myself. A lot of people have asked, and I just feel like this is a great time to talk about if I were a rapper.
Okay.
You know, I felt that we forgot to talk about that last week when we were celebrating I literally made a note, like it's in my notebook where I was like, we didn't mention.
I actually meant to talk. I meant to bring it up too at some point. Yep. Mm-hmm. If I Were a Rapper was definitely, first of all, it's still an amazing show. There are a lot of amazing things about it. I'm proud of it. I'm happy and satisfied that so many of you still ask about it to this day. So it's definitely a success in its own. It was just a lot of work.
Wait, tell the new people that don't know what it was.
So for those of you listening, I had started a podcast as a younger cousin, an experimental cousin to this show, from the Music Man segment before we named it. The If I Were a Rapper was like my spinoff show from this. And If I Were a Rapper, it was camp. You know, there were clips of, records or beefs and audio clips of people talking. It was fun. The artwork always featured something very abstract and crazy, usually having to do with some part of the conversation. There were audio skits. So with that, it was a lot of production. And with that production, there just wasn't budget for that production to just keep going. So I had people that I was working with. Some of them were a little bit newer too. When you're doing a passion project, and this was it was early on for that podcast, but it was still even early on for us. But even though we had skin in the game, I was still learning my own footing. So in managing, getting the episodes cut, getting the artwork put together, promoting everything, booking guests, finding clips for the show, coming up with concepts, because the show was music based, but it was also rooted in comedy. So it was like a love letter to the music skits from Mad TV, if you will. Because I just feel like there's always great conversations and things to be said about music. And it doesn't matter what time or when in your life. And I had so many people that just love the show, and they still ask about the show, and they ask you guys about the show, and y'all ask me about the show. Y'all be putting comments about the show. So If I Were a Rapper, it can come back, but I think I want to bring it back as something else when it does come back. But
makes sense.
It definitely got to have a budget to go with it. So if somebody's looking for a show, because I've actually worked on, because I was trying to think of if I were to continue If I Were a Rapper or what would be next, I'd come up with 3 different random concepts. And so I've actually wrote.
So are you ready? Anybody looking for music related content? Tap his shoulder.
So last year,
I mean, yeah. That's
last
huge.
year when I think I told you guys that I had been writing, ADHD was killing me. So I set up a list of writing exercises. So one of my writing exercises was to work on mini projects. And so I had a bunch of mini projects, and my If I Were a Rapper mini projects were in there, along with a couple music projects, which I randomly finished an album that I don't know. I have ADHD, but this was part of the writing process. It was like, all right.
You said you finished an album.
Yeah. So
one
of my writing prompts was, if you were to write music, what type of music would you write? And so I had to do a song a day back last September. Yeah. So it was about a year ago. But I just wrote like a 5-track R&B EP.
Sing it.
How are you just casually mentioning this and not sending us a link?
Because
Baby,
I didn't make music. I didn't have an actual beat. I just kind of was like trying to think
lyrics?
of like what. Yeah, so it's
You
literally
wrote
just
some
lyric based,
emotional stories, like
because I didn't want to do no AI type shit. I just
no, we ain't doing that. No.
One of them is a bird song. I will say it's a bird because it was the first one. We had to get the juices flowing, but. If I Were a Rapper, it was, like I said, it was camp. So there were a lot of elements to it. But now that I have a better hand of like what I would want to do and how I would spend that money to do it, I just need to pull the trigger. But if someone were to come up and be like, hey, so you remember that show? I got something I want you to do. And y'all know me, I always randomly have something waiting, whether it's a random idea to pull out or something. Like I just always have something. So just a little something.
And the If I Were a Rapper tour.
Yes.
Was
so If I Were
good.
a Rapper.
It was like
If I
a
Were
game
Rapper-
show for those who weren't able to attend. It was the game show version of the podcast.
Yes, it was a live music game show where we did games like it was musical Jeopardy, rap Jeopardy specifically. Dustin actually was there and participated. Shout out to Wheezy for participating in one. Like a lot of people came out, and shout out.
I was in the audience.
Fran, but you came out, Fran. You supported.
I did.
You supported me.
There's lore here. There's lore
Dustin,
here.
go ahead, Dustin. Share
There's
the lore
here.
Since you're familiar, Dustin, share the lore.
There's lore here. Here's the lore. Asante had a live show for If I Were a Rapper in New York City. We were there. We were in the audience. Chica was there. Shout out to Chica.
Shit.
Shout out to
It was an
Chica.
amazing
Which was a big
night.
deal. Yeah.
That was the night that the video came out of K. Michelle on the Ring cam on her doorbell when that little white girl had rang her doorbell and K. Michelle cussed her and the white girl bent her ass over and started shaking her butt in the camera. And K. Michelle cussed her out. Bitch, get off my motherfucking porch, bitch, through the Ring cam. The video hit the internet. It comes on my phone while I'm up getting a glass of wine in the lobby. Because remember, Asante, they didn't serve liquor there. They just served wine. I was in the lobby getting some wine. Drew Shade from Broadway Black, friend of the show,
Hey, Drew,
friend in real life.
love you.
Drew's coming out of the bathroom. I'm laughing so hard I have tears in my eyes. I showed the video to Drew. We missed about 15 minutes of the second half of your night because we were in the front laughing. And who was working the t-shirts? Was it Michelle?
I think it had to be Michelle or
It might have been Michelle or somebody else. But whoever was
Michelle,
helping with merch that night, we showed it to them too. And me, and Drew. Me and Drew had to walk into the stairwell because we could not control our laughter and we didn't want to interrupt the auditorium. We literally went into the stairwell. So that was that day, that night that video came out of that little girl on K. Michelle's porch. That's the lore behind the show.
I have a video that I'm going to send to you. I need to find it. But do you remember when we were on the road and you reenacted that?
No.
I'm going to send you the video.
Send it to me. I've been over like the girl.
We reenacted that.
Okay.
Yes, nigga. You was the girl on the motherfucking porch, nigga.
Good.
Wait, can we add it to the carousel?
I don't care. Hell yeah. I don't give a fuck.
I'm going to send it to Dustin first and let him decide.
Let him decide. Okay.
But yes, if I were a rapper, I say that that's an L on my part because it just is something that I have to get back and manage the time, manage the budget, like really find the money and do again. But again, I would want to call it something else. I would want to do it a little different because it was such a reboot.
So
it was
Netflix.
Right. It would be a good Netflix show because, Netflix is doing podcasts. And one of the problems that I was having, people, they want to monetize your show. So it wasn't easy to pick a show up where you are playing music and doing musical skits that could be, it might turn off advertisers. There were just so many moving parts, but for me, it was a passion project. So if I could find the people that were like, we don't care about the money, we just want to do this because we think this is hilarious and amazing, that would be dope. But if we could get like a budget from the High Times or some shit, that would also be dope.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, you put it out there, and it was so fun. Honestly, the podcast was fun. You had great conversations. The live show was my favorite.
You gonna participate the next time at the live show, friend?
I was too shy.
It'd be an R&B edition, friend. You gonna get on the mic? We gonna pass the mic?
Yeah, then I'll be there. But yeah, it was so good, and that's funny because, like I said, I had made a note in my notebook. Like we totally forgot to bring that up last week about spinoffs and just things that we were able to move on and do because of Friend Zone. So I'm glad that you brought that up. But yeah, thank you guys for being open to sharing. And obviously there's, like we said, there's so many stories. I can go on and on. We have 3 and 4 parts because there's executives that take advantage. There are executives that mistreat you when you say no to things. Or there are people that are cool with you until they can't get what they want from you. Until
they can stop you from getting what you deserve because they don't want you to do better than them.
There's that too. We've dealt with a lot of that. I've dealt a lot of that with peers. There's also there's also, what's another thing, and I won't get into it because I feel like this was a good enough combo, but
Yeah,
even just the
messy
politics too, right? The politics that you have to have as a person too, like with certain projects where you're like, does this project need a me in it?
Yep.
Or should it have a certain, because you know, there's colorism, there's so many things that you have to have a baseline for, you know?
And when you're not a hater, you don't have no problem saying, you know what, I don't think that's for me, but I know somebody else who can do it.
Boom,
and putting them in
suited.
there.
You know how many times me, Cheska, all of us used to do that? Oh,
Cheska Lee put me up for shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like on some real shit. That's why I always have respect for her. Like, cause when she didn't have to, she did.
Yeah.
You don't forget people that do that.
You
shit.
absolutely don't. She always moved like that. All of our friends move like that. I've gotten opportunities because someone else didn't think it was suited for them, but they were like, Fran could do it and vice versa. And so
I always do that.
Yeah. And there's, so like we say, there's executives we've had to bump head with, peers that we've had to bump heads with. I've had peers mistreat me just because I didn't want to be a part of a project with them. And you have the right to say no. You know, I've had, it's like, it's just a lot happens in the behind the scenes. And like we said, we continue to show up. Y'all have no idea the shit we've dealt with behind the scenes, even, you know, financially with partnerships, business, where we still had to come on the show and produce an episode and act like everything
Nothing
was fine.
happened.
Me
and Asante cussed a nigga out on the sidewalk in Charlotte before our Charlotte show we had
live show.
What?
Got down too. I wish I could high five you, Asante.
And cackled. We cackled down. That was such a good ass. It was a good rumble before a good laugh.
The street we was on, we cussed this whole ass nigga out. It was a hill. And he was walking down the hill. So at a certain point in the argument, we was up here on the hill cussing his ass out.
And I told you that's exactly when I pulled up. I see y'all cursing. This person's walking. I said, what is happening? I thought y'all were playing. I thought it was a friend of y'all's and y'all were playing.
No, my darling.
Can I just share this one last thing as a little button?
Please,
Fran,
sure.
one time, both of y'all, one time, there was a show that existed and I participated in the show. And someone else participated in the show. And after they wronged this someone else, I decided not to participate in the show anymore. And then the show crumbled. So I just wanted to leave with that.
You did. And that happens too. But I wanted to share. I think it's important to share your celebrations, but in the behind the scenes, there's a lot that goes on. And y'all know that. Those of you listening, y'all dealing with the same shit in corporate. Right? Shady coworkers, positions you get passed up for, jealousy, people mistreating you because they can't get access to you how they need it. They can't bend your will. That's a lot of what I've dealt with.
Bending nothing on me.
I will say that because I'm someone that I'm very clear on who I am in the space, what I will do. I'm very, very boundaried since I started. And that's a problem because if people can't bend your will, they will not fuck with you because it's like you're of no use if I can't, if I can't get you to do shit. And so that actually can work against you. It's a hard position to take, especially in entertainment. It fucked me with music. It fucked me in a lot of ways, but I'm like, if I have to bend my will to be a part of certain spaces, then I already know that it's not for me.
Right.
And a lot of opportunities you do get is based on how much you're willing to do the bending. That's just the reality in all these spaces. That's the truth, Ruth. And so
that's the truth, Ruth.
Oh, so you do it.
That's just the truth of these spaces. And a lot of people get fired because they're like, fuck it. And some people don't because they're like, I can't, and you have to also have an understanding of those spaces. And so I'm glad that y'all were open to share your challenges, your
I wanted to name names, so I was very willing to share.
I'm so glad no names were named.
ADTV.
On that note,
Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Okay, so go ahead.
Let's jump into this week's segment. This week in wellness. So like the hot button was discussing about growth and expansion and going through challenges to come out better on the other side, right? I'm finally gardening, you guys.
Oh.
Yes.
I feel like this took so long to get here,
That's
but
what's
I
up.
am so excited. And I'm
So you
only
pulled the
just-
hoe out.
And I really want to nudge people who have been thinking about it, who have been kind of toying with the idea, but not like just pulling the trigger, because it's the same for me. This is something that I've been wanting to do for how long now? And then I moved here with the intention, but then I got caught up in just, ooh.
Sorry, it's queuing something up.
And so I moved here with the intention, but then what I didn't take into account is just how much goes into moving across country and how much you have to, you know, stabilize and ground and just all the things that we've been experiencing out here. And so honestly, I just stuck to taking care of the garden beds that the house I'm in already came with and kind of learning through that. But this is my first time resetting everything, growing what I want to grow. And the hard part is on the internet where you're getting information, right? And then, you know, there's some farmers I was able to tap in with and kind of ask them questions about how to move through the process. There's just so much information. And this goes with anything, right? When you go into fitness or hair care, you go online, it's like there's so much that it can almost make you not want to start because you fall into these rabbit holes of research. And I think that's the problem with me.
It's really discouraging.
I can fixate trying to get things done perfectly. And so I had to stop that shit and be like, listen, go to the local nursery, which is what I did. I went in there and I spoke to the first lady I saw in there. I was like, listen, I just want to get some seeds. I want to get some seed starter trays. Can you talk to me about the watering process of those? When do I know how to transfer it from the seed tray to my garden bed? What kind of soil? You know, like I just asked her the very one-on-one basics. She walked me through everything. What I ended up getting, there's a seed company, and that's the other thing too, right? Because you start learning about seed companies, and people are like, don't get that one. It's GMO and Monsanto.
You got to get Del Monte.
And then and then you're trying to figure out which seeds are good for your harvest. But I had to stop all that. I was like, listen, you're not going to get it right. Right now, you're developing the skill set. More than anything, I just need to learn instead of trying to do it. Right. Just learn. So I went in there. I got some kale.
Okay.
Some lettuce.
You need that right now.
Okay.
Right. Kale, lettuce, beets, and carrots.
Good. Yeah.
That's what I'm starting with. I feel like that's a good, strong 4.
I agree.
Perfect for the fall. To me, it feels like fall. And the lady in the store told me that the beets and the carrots, because they're root vegetables, she said you don't want to start those in a seed tray because they won't be happy about that. They want to be where they're going to be at.
They want to be in the earth.
Put them straight into the garden bed.
No mad carrots and beets.
Then she said the kale and the lettuce, however, I can put the seeds in the starter trays. And the part that blew me was I'm thinking like, oh my God, the stress of how deep do you have to put the seed? How many seeds? And it's really not deep. Literally, you plop the seed in and then just cover it with a layer that it's at least
water
covered.
That bitch. Yeah.
That's it. And then from the seed tray,
put a little horse shit on
it. That's funny because that's what my friend Tata's mom said. She was like, go get some horse shit.
Yeah, see?
That's the best. That's the
Mama
best.
Tata know what's going on.
But and so the lady gave me a watering tray as well that you put under the seed tray so you could do bottom watering. So she
Gotta water
said
the bottoms.
Now, how does that work?
I just knew it.
Well,
you lift up the tray and you pour water, put the tray back in, and it sucks it up. Dustin, you ruined this.
This is how I remember it. Go ahead, friend.
From the root.
Yeah.
It just drinks up the water. And she said I do that daily.
Exactly.
But monitor the soil, obviously, because sometimes it might not need it. But for the most part, it does.
For the most part, it does.
Then
she gave you the right information. I mean, she was thorough.
There's a tray that also goes above it to cover it, because she said that can help with temperature. You know, right now we're dealing with humidity and wind and cold. And so she said it's just like a plastic covering, basically. Yeah. You know, when you buy a cake, that loud ass tray, it's like that.
With the clear top. Yeah.
That's literally what it looks like.
And it worked though. Okay.
She said, put that on top and that'll keep more temperature control to help with the germination. So that's really it. And then I was like, okay, soil. So she said, when you are doing soil in the trays, that's a very specific type of potting soil or seed starter. That's what it is. Seed starter soil, because it has like all the nutrients you would need. And then she said it was separate soil when you are using a garden bed or like a grow bag or a container. That's like, I guess, the more hardy soil. So just even learning about the two different soils. So I bought my little soil. I bought the tray, the bottom watering, the overhead tray, and then the seeds for the 4 things that I'm going to start growing. And then I bought a little shovel so I can start digging into the garden bed. And then we have to actually redo the garden bed.
A trivet? Do you call it a trivet? What is it? Or, no, a trivet is a thing you start. A trowel?
I don't know.
What's the little shovel?
The proper name. You're going to look it up.
Let me see. Yeah.
And then we realized when we went out to the garden bed that the wood was actually falling in certain parts. And so we had to go to Lowe's with the measurements of the wood, get new wood planks. So now we have to reset the wood before we start planting the carrots and the beets. And we're doing all of that this week because you got to really get this stuff done at the end of summer. And from what I was seeing on YouTube, people were like, just try to get it done in August. Like that would be the best bet. So we have about a week. So
a trowel. A trowel. TRW. Trowel. Yeah. Garden trowel.
TROW. Okay. I didn't know that. Now I do.
Trowel. Yeah.
So I bought a trowel.
A trivet, you said a hot pot on. That's what anyway,
you're close enough.
Yeah.
Now I know. So I bought myself a cute little trowel. It's like a chrome one with a red rubber handle. So cute.
Perfect.
I got garden gloves.
Yes.
Oh my God. I was just so happy. And so that's where I'm starting. So I just wanted to bring that up because it really wasn't as complicated and daunting as I think it can seem.
Yeah.
You know, because you're just like thinking of how you're going to do this. And really, that's it. I'm just going to pour the soil in, do the seed, water it, and just what happens. And this is an experiment. I'm learning. I think it's going to be so cool
It's going to taste good too.
Yeah, to just grow. Like, imagine you're growing lettuce and kale. As much as we eat lettuce and kale in this house and beets, we do that for our juicing.
Smoothies,
yeah. You know, I'm just excited.
Can you plant some bell peppers so when I come out there, we can cook with that? Like, plant some rainbow bell peppers in the frame. We can get down when I come out there.
Could you imagine? As much as I use bell peppers too.
Yes.
That's another thing. I'm actually glad you mentioned that because I jokingly was telling my partner that I feel like my grandmother who passed, I feel like she's been craving certain foods and pushing me to learn how to make them because I have been fixating on very specific Dominican dishes. Like we have our version of stewed chicken.
Yes.
That we call pollo guisado. And I've made it before, but it's not something I was like really making. But I don't know what it was in the past 2 weeks. I've been obsessing over fixing and perfecting and getting it down like my grandmother used to make it. And I got it down.
I know that shit good.
I was going to say, Fran,
it came out so...
I would too.
It took me like 3 tries to get it the way
3 leg
she
quarters.
made it.
Okay.
3.
And I was so happy because a lot of the challenges I face out here, it has to do with the seasoning. Like there's certain things we don't have access to in Portland. Like I don't have recao which is an herb that we use to make sofrito. There's certain like ají peppers, these little like sweet peppers we don't have. A lot of things, a lot of like culantro, just different herbs and seasonings that when I went to New York, I was able to come back with. I came back with. And so
perfect. Now you've been in there going crazy then.
I've been making everything but such specific meals that my grandmother used to cook. And so I've been joking that she's been craving it and pushing me to make it how she made it. Cause she was the kind of grandma that did not like people in her kitchen.
Yeah.
Some grandmas would teach you so you can learn. No, I think that was her only time of the day to be by herself. Some just know how to do
it and only they can do it. So move.
Get out of my kitchen. Now that I'm an adult, I understand. Like that probably was literally the only time of day she was by herself. And so I understand in that vein, in that capacity. But I missed out on learning how she seasoned things specifically, like to get the flavors that she got. And so I've been like fixating and the bell peppers. And so now even in terms of the garden, it's that idea of like, I want to grow. The things that are needed for these more traditional recipes, especially things that I'm having a hard time finding. It's like I should empower myself by growing them myself and not have to like fly to New York to get some goddamn peppers, So it's empowering. I'm inspired. It's baby, right? I'm like early, but I wanted to nudge people that had been thinking about it. I probably spent with the with the soil, the seeds, the 3 trays. I don't even think it came to $100.
Wow.
Because I went to a local. No, I went to a local nursery. Yeah. It's local. They're like, young farmers and they really want to help and nothing was overpriced, at least in my opinion. I got all that stuff. I think I paid $100. I think it might have been a little under $100.
Friend, I know you got a lot on your plate, including that stewed chicken. But we would love
my yellow rice.
We would love like a monthly, maybe series on Patreon of your gardening adventures. It could be you at the gardening store. It could be you in the backyard. None in your house or nothing, but just like the garden.
Just the process. And I told you I was thinking about that because I'm so early in it that I think this is the fun part. I'm going to definitely film me prepping the seed trays and take it from there. Obviously I'm kind of out of that muscle of filming myself because I stopped doing it so long ago and it was very freeing, honestly. So it's hard to go back. But I think it's good information. And at the end of the day, that's what I love. It's like, y'all, let's learn something.
Yes.
That's useful and can be handed down. Like I was telling the boys, I like FaceTime them and showing them and they was like, oh man. It was like, this is so cool. So yeah, I'm excited. Just wanted to nudge those of you who have been daydreaming about it. And like I've said 2 weeks ago when I was sharing the YouTube channels of Black gardeners and farmers, you don't need to have a backyard. There are people that have a terrace, windowsills, growing it from their house. Like there's so many different ways.
but you do have options. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no shitty vegetables.
No nature boy.
Carbonation.
Why do we both say it? I listed, I think like 10 plus gardeners and Black farmers onto that episode. I think it was the Black movie table talk episode where we discussed that. And so definitely go back and check it out. If you need a nudge, you need some hacks, some tips, and then I'll be sharing what I'm learning as well. And also those of you that do listen and already garden and farm, please drop all of your tips about soil health, seeds, maybe even some seed companies, like put us on. I'm actually going to find, there's a Black woman-owned seed company that I remember promoting on here as a Black business or maybe a wellness segment years ago. I'm going to have to go through my archives to find her because I would love to order from her and get us to support her company. So I need to find, maybe someone listening remembers
I think
so
it's
many
called
episodes.
Sunflower. Sunflower seeds.
When he looked to the side like that.
Like, why did he just give it away? Fran, somebody did comment on, and you're correct, it was the Black Movie Table Talk episode where we mentioned plants. But somebody had commented under the episode, and they said that the manure shouldn't smell horrible if they feed the animals well. It usually has a more earthy, grassy smell.
Oh, okay, good to know. I'll definitely keep that in mind when I go shit shopping.
Maybe they have a trade show, the shit show.
That should be the name of my series.
Yeah, the shit show.
Welcome to an episode of The Shit Show.
Welcome to the shit show.
Today. Hey, beautiful
Welcome
ones.
to the shit show.
But that is it for this week in wellness.
Oh my goodness.
This week in music, after leaving the shit show. No, this week in music, so many important things have happened to note. The first thing that I wanted to start off with as I pull up my notes, but ADHD was killing me, so I didn't know where to click.
Real.
Today, we are time traveling because you are listening to this show after it has been recorded. But so this week, if you are listening to the show the week of its release, marks 25 years since Aaliyah's, the anniversary of her sudden passing.
Whoa. Damn.
25 years.
That's kind of eerie that it's been that long.
25 years. She was 22 years old at the time. We all know the Rock the Boat, video and the story there. But I wanted to just shout that out because it's crazy that it's like you said, friend, like, cause you're like, whoa, I was like, damn, time is crazy. Time is super crazy, but we still love Aaliyah and the music. And for those of you who are newer to R&B and have not heard of Aaliyah, go back and give her a listen.
Yeah.
I know that there are people listening, they're like, what? But it's been 25 years, y'all. There are 25-year-olds maybe listening to the show, which is crazy to think about. Next story that I want to mention, Kehlani was performing live when Cardi B showed up on her on the scene to perform her new single.
I watched it so many times
with the Chanel set and the
skirt
bag.
suit.
I love her.
And that Lil Bella Mafia, Lil Kim Bun. That shit. Well, anyway, go ahead, take off.
No, please share your thoughts.
It was just so Lil Kim. It just reminded me of rap. That was rap shit.
And
right there,
rap
heels. Heels and a Chanel Chanel skirt suit with some heels and a purse, rapping and just in the moment. That just felt so good, and it just reminded me about what I loved most about rap music, which is that energy and that showmanship. And it made me think about Lil Kim. Love Cardi.
Love Cardi.
She's so
as
good.
Dustin said, that was real rap shit. Like her coming out, doing her thing, going so hard, looking so good, looking so hood. Like the internet, they had a lot to say and joked, and Cardi was a fan of the jokes. Like I loved everything about.
Shout out to Mella Yella.
Shout out to Mella Yella.
Twitter.
Stay doing this thing on Twitter. Last story that I want to share is, well, not even a story, just a lot of new music has come out. I'll just shout out a bunch of songs that have come out. Actually, I'm just going to shout out one artist in particular, and then we can just move right along. Shout out to Tinashe. Tinashe dropped a record not too long ago called Melatonin. And there's a visual that goes with it. It's received mixed reception, but mostly positive over here.
I love Tinashe.
Maybe I'm biased, but I'm just really fucking with everything that she does. I feel like her catalog ages well because she continues to put out music in the right direction. There's always a specific like moment happening, but there are different things going on. And I like the way that these different things branch off in other projects. That's the only way I can explain it. I don't even know if that makes sense, but I just feel like I really feel like Tinashe be working, and that's really cool to me. Some people might find the content, I love it. I can't even speak negatively about it.
Yeah, because fuck them.
No, literally fuck them, because the video is hard. The song is hard. She's always dancing. She's always giving you vocals. She's always giving you production. And I just fuck with everything that she does. So yes, I am biased, and I'm not ashamed of it.
And from what I've heard of people that have worked with her, she's super cool and nice.
I believe it.
Which you always love to hear. That
love
always
to hear
helps.
that.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is in a month, September 25th, her album drops. It's called Pop Star. I believe Melatonin was her third single off of this upcoming project. She recently performed live at a set, and she opens the set walking out on stage and receiving a purse, which she grabs her microphone out of to perform, which was really cute. And a lot of people made mention of that they love that. But it's little things like that that keep people interested in. It's when you give them little moments, but you also still back it up with the talent. You don't just ride the gimmicks. And I think that she does a great job of giving you moments without saying like, all right, we just being a little corny right now. Like sometimes corny is the moment because she's making fun of, the state of the world and things that are happening. And I think that that's so funny that people can still dance and bop and enjoy that and get that. And I think it's also funny that there are people that are dancing and enjoying it and they're not getting that. They're still part of that because it just means everybody wins. So love that girl. That's all I want to shout out for this week's artist to mention. Now we can move on to the listens lately.
We got a huge artist to mention. We have breaking news.
Oh, Dustin, you broke this.
We
Dustin,
have a huge artist to mention.
When you told me this. I'm so sorry.
No.
Unfortunately,
I can't believe this.
Fresh into the Friend Zone newsroom, the entertainment world overall has lost one of the greats, the icon of our time, of all times. Dolly Parton has passed away at 80 years old. It's been confirmed by her family.
That's so
So we just want to send a rest in peace to Dolly Parton and her family. I know for myself personally, one of my first memories of Dolly Parton was her performance in the movie 9 to 5, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And then, of course, all her timeless classic music, including I Will Always Love You.
Okay.
And then again, another reason why I connected with Dolly Parton, she owns a theme park. She owns a world-class, seriously legitimate Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And so we love Dolly Parton. We just want to send love and blessings to all her family. And she also, Dolly Parton cared about Black people. She cared about the gays too. She did a lot of work with children. She just was always on the correct side of a lot of social and political issues. And she used her voice, her name, her platform, her everything about herself, her reputation. She put it on the line for the right cause all the time. And people like that, you don't forget. She also made motherfuckers feel comfortable getting their boobs done. She just was just she's a cultural icon for several reasons. So much love to Dolly Parton. Please rest peacefully. And
we love you, Dolly.
Dolly P. And run that Cowboy Carter. Because Dolly Parton is featured on there. And she'd be like, Cowboy Carter, let's strike a match and turn up this juke joint. Play that part over and over again. Play Jolene. Play Dolly's actual music.
Yeah.
Including that song, she'd be like, go to hell. Play that. We love you, Dolly Parton.
We love you, Dolly. Aw.
Yeah.
So that's it for me over here in Music Man.
This week in TV. As you all know, season 17 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta just came to a close. Can you believe it? 17 seasons. I just want to say, too, we finally have a cast over there that's gelling. And if you've been watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta from season 1, episode 1, like I have, we real fans have persevered through seasons 13, 14, 15, and 16. We finally have gotten back to having a good, solid cast that works. I'm looking forward to season 18. I thought all the ladies, all 8 of them, 9. Cynthia don't count, though, because she's perfect. So I thought all 8 of the other ladies did great at the reunion, and I'm really looking forward to next season. So shout out to them. Also, shout out to the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Roaring 20s. That's been great so far. Portia Williams has been having me rolling on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. She is so funny, and seeing her mingle with these other ladies from these other casts,
the franchise,
has been so enjoyable.
Does that show do well? Like, do people love that concept of all the women together?
Love it. Yep. And they put a big budget behind it this year because it's the 20th anniversary. It's a celebration of the 20th anniversary of the Real Housewives existing.
Gotcha.
So they're having these huge elaborate parties in all these different cities where all the old housewives are coming to join. And it's been arguments, conversations, all that. We're talking about it today because next week is the episode to watch. Next week is when Nene reappears. She makes her introduction. They stop in Atlanta in next week's episode. So make sure y'all watch. Whether we love Hey Nene or Hey Nene, I'm happy she's back on Bravo in this capacity. Yeah. And I want this episode to perform well. And plus I want everybody to be able to talk about it. So we're going to watch Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip this next episode. It's going to be good. Also, I'm still surveying and considering watching Cheat Hab. Put a ring on the Cheat Hab on OWN. We're on like episode 4 or 5 now. And it's good. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. So keep an eye on that. Watch it. If you're not watching it, look that up. And that's it for me this week in TV land.
You know what I binged this weekend? The Bear. I had watched The Bear when it first came out.
Yeah.
And I watched a couple of episodes and I actually really liked it. So I don't know what made me not go back now that I think about it. But it randomly appeared on, what is it, Hulu? I think it's on Hulu. And my partner is injured right now. So he was on the couch watching it. Yeah, he hurt himself at the gym. So he was on the couch and he started watching it. And so I was kind of in and out. And then I was like, you know what? Let me actually follow along for once. Because I was about halfway through the first season and I'm hooked.
It's good.
It is so watch good. Now. Chaotic as hell. My nervous system was shot after we finished the first 2 seasons. I was like, I need a break.
The Bear came up in 2 different things that I watched. So I was like, you know what? I need to go back and watch The Bear. So you saying it now, I'm like, all right. I
really enjoy it. I actually need to hit Jade because I'm like, does Jade watch The Bear? There's a part of me that feels like she would. And then there's a part of me that she'd be like, no, the fuck I wouldn't. You know, like, I don't know. So I need to ask her actually.
It's a part of you would be like, Kendrick Lamar do look like her.
What are you talking about?
Io the Beer. Anyway, so...
But I have to throw that out there.
You need to watch Furious on Hulu. Hulu /
I started
Disney.
Furious because of you.
What do you think so far?
I made it to the scene where they were wrestling. I don't know. So what is happening?
Listen,
but I'm going to continue because
that part of it is not any, like, I don't know. You know, that's not my territory, that part of it. But did you get to the black woman, Nora?
I did not. So I got to keep watching.
Quincy Tyler Bernstein. That's the
Is that a new actress?
She's the one to look out for.
Okay. Sold. I'm going to continue. I definitely love a woman FBI agent. That in itself sold me. So I'm going to keep. And I love Emma. What is it? Emma Rossum?
Rossum.
Emma. I don't know her name is, but I loved her in Shameless. She was great on Shameless. So I love her as is. So.
Yeah, Emmy.
Also,
but yes, Furious and The Bear.
Asante and myself decided last week, but we're actually going to put something on the schedule. It's time for a Zeus Now That's TV catch-up update. So that's coming. Just know it's coming. Hate to do it coming soon, but I just want you to know it's coming because we've got some new things to discuss. Also, I'm going to do a theme park news update over there on our Patreon as well. So we got 2 things coming special for y'all.
And then I'll do something garden based. Yeah. So we'll have some special treats.
Okay, so if y'all doing this, I have to ask because you know we got a lot of great comments for the Black Movie Table Talk that were pertaining to nerddom and things of that nature. Just a little side in the same universe. If y'all are interested in me gaming, I have been considering Twitch.
Oh, how cute would that be?
Yeah.
You shouldn't even consider it. You should absolutely do that as a spin-off.
Twitch is funny because you don't even have to be a good gamer, but I'd be worried about how I game because I ain't that good at the game.
People watch this for you because you're funny. So,
which people say all the time, and I'm just like, meanwhile, I'll be on the microphone on the game sometimes, being crazy. I need to get on Twitch.
You should. Don't even think about it. All right, Fran,
you're gardening. I need to put the final touches on Twitch.
Yes, cute. So we have some bonus stuff coming up. Yes. We love you guys. Join us on Patreon if you're not already subscribed. Patreon.com/the Friend Zone Podcast. And don't forget, we're on YouTube now.
That's
go show some love. Go subscribe. Go comment. Do all the things that you do over at the YouTube. That's Friend Zone Pod on YouTube. Go check us out. And of course, we're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. You find us wherever you find people because we're there. We love you.
And hire us in our emails. Thank you.
Yes.
Stay black and
info
protect your magic.
friendzonepodcast.com. So we love you guys. We do not take you for granted. We appreciate you. Thank you for hanging with us yet another week. And we will catch you guys next week.
Absolutely.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Welcome to the Friend Zone.
Every time I'm in the zone.